Yep, can relate.
Yeah, I come from a graphic design background, so every time a project would be due that involves a printer of some sort, it would always crap out on me every time, every single time. Yeah, so the job I'm at now is like definitely a little bit more demanding than my last one. Mostly because like now I can't really fuck off as much. Really, I can't get away with it as much. Um, so yeah, it's been I have like one steady repeating client that keeps coming back. We're working on a new game that he's trying to develop with another partner of his. So yeah, so hopefully once that's done and out, we'll be able to give it a couple test runs and see how it goes. Yeah, it's like sci-fi stuff, sci-fi magic stuff, kind of. It looks really cool. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. He dropped that example of Shadowrun and a little bit like he likened it to Dune meets Star Trek a little bit, in kind of those that vein. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm really excited for that whenever it comes out. It's called Unpromised Worlds. No, no, it's all privately funded. Well, actually, I think he is planning on doing a Kickstarter uh, at some point. I think for like expansions. But yeah, right now he's just putting all his money into his partner, and he's putting all their personal finances behind it, just to see how well it does in like local stores and such. And then from there, he's gonna try to do the Kickstarter. Yeah, yeah, definitely. But I mean, he has the support of our local bookstore, book and game store. Um, they're the ones who actually brought him to me to begin with for all their art. Um, so yeah, and this bookstore is very popular around our town, and they have a little network of their own. So that's their testing ground for the most part. Yeah, man, word of mouth.
Oh my god, it's Togepi.
Sounds good.
Check out this
All
retro
right.
candy.
Hello, 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 everybody. I see that Mr. Sevens popped in, and the first thing you had the audacity to
Where'd
say
you find that?
is that Bob Saget died. So thank
An
you so
old
much for
place.
putting an absolute fucking downer on the stream.
Old place like
Oh,
under your
wait, let me
couch or
just shut off my
something?
oops, not my alert box. I need to shut
No, we have a
off
place downtown called Old Town
webcam.
Springs. It's like a 18th century kind of place.
And yeah, that is good.
I do like the vintage
Okay.
toys and
Anyways,
candies and whatnot
so
there.
hey, yeah, thanks for being
Indeed.
here. We are playing D&D tonight, just so you guys know. Obviously, it's Sunday. We are in the midst of the Sunless Citadel. I'm going to do a recap here in just a moment. But please note that because we are playing D&D, there is a good possibility I am not
Candace,
going
mic
to look
check.
at chat whatsoever. As soon as the episode is over and we're ready to roll, I'm going to upload the episode to
can hear
YouTube. So if you
you.
want to watch the VOD later or pass it on, then feel free to. And yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and dedicate this stream to Bob Saget. May he rest in peace. Oh, hey, real quick note, just so everybody's aware, I turned off sound alerts, so if you do happen to see a sound alerts button somewhere, it will not work. I took it off because I got a copyright strike on YouTube because fucking Seru played a Crab Rave or he played something that had a sound alert on it that had a copyright infringement on it. So yeah, YouTube said no. So I shut that all off since I use royalty-free music, so just be aware, it will be turned back on for other streams that won't go to YouTube, so... Anyways, love you guys. Here we go. All right. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that, guys. All right, I'm here. Kat, do you have camera?
Is my camera not showing?
I see her.
Oh, that's weird. I don't see her. Hang on, I might have to refresh my thing.
I can see you.
Give me
He's
1
refreshing.
sec.
Now I can't see Boo Boo.
I can't see either.
Yeah, I'm just refreshing mine.
Reconnecting, I guess, right?
There we go.
It's weird. I see.
Can you see me now? Do you want me to try and refresh?
Nope. You're good. You're good. Thank you. All right, perfect. I can see everybody. Yeah. So, I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but because I want one screen to show the stream what you guys are seeing, and then keep all of my like grayed out DM stuff on another screen, I use a second dummy account. So I could see Kat on my right hand screen, which is the screen that I mainly look at, but on the left hand screen I couldn't see her, which means that people couldn't see you. But yeah, it's because I'm a dipshit and I had a dummy account up. So. Alright, so that's enough dipshittery and asshattery for the moment. So we'll start with 2 quick things. Let's start with a quick recap. So, the last time that we played, so you guys had decided to go out of the... Here, I'll actually do a little zoom in on the map here. So you guys went out of the chamber that you slept in, and you moved up to the north into this little hallway where you found a room that had a big iron cask in it. And you decided that it would definitely 100% be in your best interest to disrupt the ancient iron cask. And when you did so, you released an ice method and a steam method that almost killed Doc. Thankfully, she, Ree, and Bofer absolutely fucked the Mephits up. But you did learn a little interesting fact about Mephits. When they die, they explode.
Make a note of that.
Yeah. So it was clear as day. When you guys hit both of them, they collapsed in on themselves and then exploded outward, which is pretty terrifying. So from there, you went further on up the hall after a night's rest, and you went into this little room right here where you encountered the most sniveling and disgusting little shit of a kobold that you could have possibly ever dreamed up, especially Ree. It was laying there weeping, pretty much unaware of your presence until you entered and started speaking to it. You spoke with it for a little while. During that same time frame, you managed to steal its only remaining valuable possessions from the fire pit. Actually, I shouldn't say you. She stole the remaining possessions, and Bofer convinced she to do so. Anyways, you finally realized that this kobold had actually seen the kids you guys were coming for a few weeks ago. He didn't know much about it. He also told you that the goblins have been relentlessly assaulting them, and they had recently stole his queen, Yuzdrail's baby white dragon. So through some fancy word work, you eventually convinced him to take you to the queen, which he did. He brought you up into the queen's chambers, and the queen spoke with you, and you spoke with the queen and Meepo. And it was eventually decided that, yes, she had seen the kids. She sent them into goblin territory, hasn't seen them since. She wants you guys to not necessarily go get the kids, because she doesn't give a shit about the kids, but now that the dragon's been stolen, she is willing to give you something off of her pedestal, meaning one of her treasures, if you bring her back the dragon alive. And more than that, she is willing to essentially do whatever the hell you want if you can end the goblin's reign down here. So with that being said, she decided to send Meepo with you. She decided that because he had fucked up, Meepo was going to come with you. You guys said, yeah, no problem, Meepo, you come on with us now. So you guys went back to this little room over here, and thank God, had the wisdom to say, you know what, you're a liability, you sniveling little shit, why don't you not come with us? So the group decided that Meepo was going to actually hide himself in the room with the dragon door down here. As you can see, Meepo is currently down here. And he was to hide himself there, and when you returned from the goblin territory, you were going to bring him to the surface and essentially release him and allow him to have a better life without being beaten and whipped by other kobolds. So, with that being said, you guys moved down this little hallway here, came into this room with a very strange fountain and another strange door, both of which were depicting different scenes of dragons. The one on the wall, the fountain, was depicting a dragon that was diving, and the one on the door depicted two skeletal dragons intertwining up the door. Both of these items, both of these objects, had something written in a language that nobody here understood, but it looked familiar, as you had seen similar writing behind the dead goblin in the entry tower. So this is where we are picking up. Does anybody have any questions for me right now before we start?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. So just a really... Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kevin.
Oh, I was saying good to go.
Okay, excellent. So one quick side note, just so you guys are aware, as far as experience point for the last session, we ended last session with... we started last session with 79 experience. You guys earned 6 experience for the rat. That was the rat that you killed, that you guys sneak attack murdered in the in that little alcove with the door. You guys got 38 XP each for killing the Mephits, and you each received 50 experience just for roleplay between Meepo and Yuzdrael, because it was, quite frankly, fucking fantastic. So you guys ended the session with 94 XP earned from session 2, putting you at 173 out of 300 experience points. So you're coming awfully close to leveling. Just so you guys know, too, so there's no surprise when it comes time. When you do level, I am totally cool with everybody leveling during the game. However, you do not gain powers or hit points or anything until you've taken a long rest. So just be aware that Bofer's not going to blink and gain another spell slot.
Dang it. How am I going to live?
You're not. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
You said we should have a total of 137 right now?
173.
173.
Remember, Doc, you have +1 to AC now, so let's hope that works.
Yeah, I have that marked.
And if it doesn't, you've failed her as a cleric of the Forge, Bofer.
Yes,
so.
it'll absolutely be your fault if I die, not mine.
No pressure. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, bud.
Yeah, it's not like anyone else has a healing kit.
That's fair. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn on some music here. It's more sound effects than music, really. But okay, so you guys have just finished investigating the door. You are free to your devices. Up north along this hallway, you can see that there is what appear to be some sort of doors that are partially ajar, but you can't really see details, as this place is 100% unlit and very dark, which actually reminds me, does everybody here have dark vision?
I think
Pretty
we do,
sure you
yeah.
guys all have dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
Very smart. Very smart. Okay. It's not like everybody made humans. Okay, so what would you guys like to do? You've just realized that this is more than likely the same language as what was out in the foyer, and you've decided to take an etch. I believe you took a charcoal etch of both of
Yes.
the phrases, and yeah, here we are.
I'm going to go to my usual position.
Okay.
Do you guys think we should just keep going north? I mean, we might even need to. I hate to say it, but do you think that that Meepo will be able to help out with some of these words? I'd hate to go back and get them, but I don't know if you might be able to help us translate some of this stuff.
Yeah, I don't see any danger in the immediate vicinity, so I don't see why we couldn't either have him read my etching or bring him in here to look at it.
I don't think that'd be a good idea, because if those dragon folk people see us walking around, they're gonna ask us why we're around here without Meepo.
Yeah, that's a good call too. They're still touring this facility here. All right.
We could always talk to him after.
What do you think, cat lady?
Did you say cat lady? Because I just got very confused there for a moment.
She.
She's going to just turn and kind of give a little shrug and say, do we really need to read it?
There could be people hiding behind this door if those words open the door.
Then we fight them.
Quick side note, just remember that when you guys did look at this door initially, there was the scythe blade that came out of it. Remember, that was where we had ended it. When you would look for traps, just so that we got a refresher. You had looked at it and you were like, oh yeah, something's not right here, and you found that little switch, and as you tried to kind of manipulate it, the blade swung out of the ceiling and
Almost took our heads off.
yeah, thankfully that was the dexterity saving throw you succeeded at. Actually, that's not true. I had to roll to hit you and missed.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's continue then.
Yeah, let's see what else is down this hallway at least. And you're right. If it turns out that I don't know, there's we can get back to him and see what these words said. Maybe it might help.
Mm-hmm. All right, I want to, as we're going down this hallway, continuing down, I want to keep watching for traps.
Okay, go ahead and put yourself
Especially
on
after-
point for me. Give me a marching order, you guys. You can walk two abreast down this hallway. That's not an issue whatsoever. So go ahead and you can just put your marching order, like right where you're at, Candace, and
Yeah.
then however the other two want to fall in line. Okay. All right, and go ahead and we will say for the length of the hallway, just for the sake of brevity between you and I, unless there's an incident that should justify otherwise, we'll have you just roll the one perception check.
Casting guidance.
Oh, God.
She's gonna need it.
Oh, boy.
Nah, this hallway looks clear as hell.
All right, guys, I think that was the last trap in this whole place.
That's the safest hallway I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you're pretty convinced. So, as you're walking, your eyes have obviously adjusted. They've switched over to black and white, and that's really all you're seeing is black, white, and shades of gray in the total darkness. With that being said, you are not a subterranean dweller, so the little things in here that stand out, like the broken down masonry and the partially crumbled walls, they're throwing you for a loop and they're fucking with your head, and you can tell they're fucking with your head. It's kind of like being really tired and seeing pterodactyls. So yeah, but you do the best you can, and you are pretty convinced that, yeah, as you progress, and we'll say, give me one sec here. By the time you get to here, and I'm gonna just fast forward you to show you, you are convinced that you don't see anything.
Okay. Either there's no traps or they're all colored.
They're labeled in red.
Yeah, they're red. They're red.
Hey,
So-
which door do y'all want to check? There's one right over here.
It looks like there's one right over here that we can maybe take a look at.
Yep, there is definitely
Okay.
a door there.
I want to check it for traps.
Okay,
Or do you want to just
Casting
use that same one?
guidance.
Sorry, was it? Oh no, if it's since it's a new door, go ahead and make
Okay.
make an investigation check for me though. Door's not Oh,
23.
I see. Okay. Give me one moment. Is this door trapped? What the fuck? I should know these things.
No, it's not. Or it is, and I'm really good at getting rid of it.
No, yeah, so you look the door over. This is a stone door, by the way. Unless I say otherwise, all the doors in this place are stone, just so we're clear.
Okay.
So yeah, no, this door looks pretty legit. It's pretty solid.
Is it locked?
Does not appear to be locked.
Next.
Let me give it a little push see, say a little peek see through here.
All right.
Guess I could have just stayed there.
Got my table, I got the ready. Aha!
All right. So you guys enter. This empty chamber is home to pretty much only rat droppings, crumbled flagstone, and a few stains here and there.
Can I take a moment and just listen to see if I hear any critter sounds echoing down the stone?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a perception check.
Not great.
Okay, 14's not bad. You kind of listen. You do hear the sounds of some very quiet, muffled squeaks, but they are not in this room. You hear them coming from the northern corridor, where Doc had originally walked up to where those doors are open. It's very faint. Like if there is something down there and your ears aren't playing tricks on you, it's probably covered up by something. And to be clear, because you are a hunter by nature, the pitch and the volume given off by these squeaks are very familiar to something more along the lines of a giant rat and not a mouse or a regular sized rat. Two very particular pitches.
A little bit of a bark into that squeak.
Yeah. When when the rat comes out of the pile and goes, "Oof," you know that you got a fucking problem.
Before they get too far into the room, then I'm gonna do my little, like, under the breath, like, little whistle and just say, I hear more rats up ahead.
More dinner?
Only if you swing well.
Yeah, right. I see there is a door up here as well. Real say, it looks like there's a door up here too. I mean, I don't know if we want to try down the corridor or want to try this door too. What do y'all think? I'm gonna check out this door.
Let's take the door.
Yeah. I'll
We're in
check it
here
for
already?
traps.
Oh yes, please check for traps.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Guidance. Never mind.
Okay.
I use it when I have it. It's a 25.
Yeah. So two things. So this is something that is actually very familiar to you, Doc. As you look the door over, you begin to squint and you feel that warm guidance of Moradine kind of wash over you, and the door kind of illuminates along the bottom edge. And as you kind of crouch and look a little harder, you can see on the right-hand side where the door actually swings inward, there's some damage. Some very noticeable damage, like a bolt has been punched through the door from the opposing side. You crouch down even further, and as you squint through what is kind of a makeshift bored out hole, you can see clear as day that there's a small iron spike that protrudes a few inches outside of the door on the opposite side, and hanging from it is a copper bell.
This is a very rude door.
You have seen that. You have seen this in Hobbleton a couple of times. Actually, your mentor, what it's meant to do is when somebody opens the door, the bell jingles, not from the top, from the bottom, because it's easier for a gnome to reach something low than it is for him to reach high like the humanoids, the tall humanoids would. So this is a way for somebody to gain somebody else's attention.
So it would be more of a, as opposed to a damaging trap, more of an alert, like an alarm.
I mean, if you trip over the bell, you could hurt yourself. But yeah, this is definitely something to alert somebody else when the door opens.
Okay.
It's like a shop bell.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's put down low. Yeah. So does it look like it's, or would I be familiar with how to maybe remove the hammer from the inside, or just remove the bell as a whole without making noise?
So it's tough. It's tough to tell because you don't know dwarven or you don't know well, you don't know dwarven really, but you don't know goblin trap work very well. But you do know that they're very, very crude and rude creatures. Meaning that it could be it could be very simple, or you could touch it and a fucking spider could crawl out of the hole. But you can try to remove the trap if you would like to. Just note that it is a bell and it may be difficult.
Being a goblin, would I be able to give a little bit of assistance with that, like knowing how nasty our traps tend to be?
Fuck yeah! I'll tell you what. You go ahead and make your dexterity check and make it with advantage, and then add your proficiency modifier.
Thanks, Ree.
Helping!
Remember, this is just a dexterity check, not a saving throw.
Right. I'm looking really quick. Oh, well, that's a nat 20, so
Wow.
23
Okay.
plus
Yep. Nope.
20, 25.
You don't need to go any further with that. So yeah,
That was all Ree.
as you crouch down, you go to initially like put your entire palm and just like pop the spike through, and Ree just like grabs you by the claw and shakes her head real quiet, and then Ree holds the spike in place while you go in with your thieves' tools, this really tiny, actually little scalpel that you've got, and you peel away what looks like probably some sort of really like low heat dried earwax resin that was affixing the spike to the door. And as you do so, Ree pulls the spike back and you create kind of a lubricant, and then when you push the spike forward and it drops out, the lubricant had dripped off of the interior of that spike and onto the bell portion, and it doesn't make a fucking sound. It just bloop.
Well done, Ree. Also, I'd like to point out that I rolled a natural 20 and a natural 1.
Well, thank God you had that advantage, huh?
Yeah. Hopefully that's my one for tonight.
Could you imagine that when she just kicks the fucking bell out of the door?
Fuck this bell!
Probably dies in the process.
Yeah, I smacked my head on it. Okay, so is the door locked? And I assume it's a stone door.
This is a stone door. Actually, no. I'm glad you said something. This door is made of wood.
Okay.
So this door, it is not locked.
Okay, it's not locked. And I think people were expecting us, so we should try to be quiet. I'm going to.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and. Oh,
You're gonna open the door?
hey, Ranger, you want to come over here and stand behind me with that bow just in case there's something in there?
She'll move up, unsling her bow from her back, and just be ready.
Okie dokie.
And I really don't need to
Step back away from the
crouch
door.
because I'm like 4 foot.
Okay, so.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, so the 10-foot wide hall is very liberally strewn with sharp caltrops. On the northern wall, passage to the room beyond is partially blocked by a roughly mortared 3-foot high wall complete with crenulations. So it looks like a very crude mortared wall that was like built up that was not normally here, and then it's got the staggered blocks as if somebody was going to stand through it like an archer and shoot. Go ahead, everybody, give me a stealth check, please.
I did, and it was awful.
Well, at least one of us did well with that. No.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What the fuck?
Hey guys, be really quiet.
Okay, so Bofer goes and he kind of like starts to partially open the door, and you hear like the really audible sound of the bell being pushed out of the way, and it kind of hits the edge of one of the caltrops, and you guys hear an audible tink. You all take a breath for a moment. Nothing happens. Bofer continues to push the door open, gets it all the way open, and nothing happens. What do you do?
Hey, careful with that bell trap in there.
I know. Don't yell at me.
Okay, do you see anything?
I'm gonna look inside.
Okay, give me just one sec.
And I would like to listen as well.
Okay, bear with me for one moment. Go ahead and give me the listen check, and then give me a perception check, Bofer. I wanted to show you guys you can see a little bit further on, that the wall or the room extends about 15 feet. Okay, so perception and okay, perfect. Give me one sec. Okay, so Bofer, you peek around the corner, and Ree kind of like scolds you about the bell, and you return said scolding in a very minor form. And as you finish that little interaction, you look into the hall, and literally as you're looking down the hall, you see an arm come up and over the crenulated wall, and with a javelin in hand, and it fucking hurls the javelin. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause this right there. Bofer, you are not surprised because your perception check was fantastic. As that's happening, as this is unfolding, what you hear is you hear actually, what languages do you speak, She?
Dwarven, Common, the Centauri one.
Okay. Sylvan. Okay, perfect. So you hear something kind of guttural from inside that room. Not quite sure. You're not quite sure what it is, but then you see the hand come up, and you're like, "Oh shit!" And then the javelin gets hurled over. So give me 1 second. We're gonna need everyone to roll initiative. But give me
Just
1
let
second
us
to
know
do
when,
that.
yeah.
All right, go ahead. Everybody, roll initiative.
Oh man, that was my 20 for this fight.
Okay, so when I try and do initiative, it says that I wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected. Do I need to be doing something differently for that?
I think sometimes you need to just select your character on your character token, and then do the initiative roll.
Yes, I believe that is exactly that. but it's okay. I can manually change it, so I'll just add it to the list. Just give me 1 second here. Okay. All right. So you, Doc, you had an 8.
No, I
Or,
had a
sorry,
23.
I'm getting she mixed up with you. Sorry.
Yeah, she.
Oops.
It's the cat lady comment.
Exactly what it is. It's all right. He got a 7, so he got what he deserved.
My bad.
Okay, we should be in the right order. So there is a surprise round. However, the person who is not surprised will be Bofer when we get to Bofer. So, all right. So these little shits. Okay, so disregard the short bow. It is not a short bow. Okay, so let's see. Bofer, what the hell is your AC? Oh, that was a nat 20 on one of those. Uh-oh, this is about to get bad. Okay, so the first javelin, as you guys are talking to each other, a javelin up and over, whoosh, comes down, and it strikes Bofer in his right shoulder as he's kind of like looking around the door and into the hall, and he kind of half staggers back. It totally catches you off guard. You're like, what the fuck? As blood just begins to pour out of it. As he takes another half step back, a second javelin catches him in like square in the stomach, so far in that you actually see his armor bulge out from like near his spine. So you are taking a total of 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 points of piercing damage. He immediately collapses to the ground. So we are in order here. It is going to bring us to Bofer. Bofer, go ahead and give me a death saving throw, please. Just roll a d20 with no modifiers. Do a barrel roll.
Land it on 20.
You just do it in roll 20. There's a little dice icon up on the upper left hand corner, and you just select d20.
I did see a roll of 12, so you're good, I think.
Did he roll 12? I didn't see a 12 pop up.
I rolled a 12 on D&D Beyond.
Oh, D&D Beyond, yeah.
Oh, how the hell did you guys see that?
It shows up on the D&D Beyond screen. It'll come up here. You're in party.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting. All right, that's weird that it didn't come across. Okay, well we'll take the 12. We'll give you 1. Everybody gets 1. All right, so bear with me for just a moment here.
Yeah, I didn't want to have you have to re-roll that 12, man, because it would have been like a 2.
All right, and okay, that is that. Now we're back at the top of the initiative order. Doc, it is your turn. So the door pops open. Ree and Bofer have a quick exchange, and all of a sudden a javelin strikes Bofer in the shoulder. He staggers backwards, and then a second javelin strikes him square in the guts, and he falls over backwards and is immediately, you hear him hit the ground, and he begins to death rattle, like immediately.
Okay. I guess I'll...
It's like flashbacks.
I know.
So she's not used to being on this side usually.
Alright, I'm gonna move over like behind Bofer, and I want to try to use the medicine. Oh, I don't have a kit, do I?
You didn't take a healer's kit?
I thought we bought them when we were in town, but I didn't put it in my inventory. I know we bought them when we were in town. Yeah, I know I bought one too, actually. Oh, it's because I was taking care of the baby. All right, so I'm gonna move over behind him and try to use my healer's kit and see if I can't stabilize him at least.
Okay, make sure you add that to your
I will.
inventory. It's an automatic stabilization with healer's kits. That's just what healer kits does. You use a charge and you automatically stabilize somebody.
Okay.
Okay, so Doc immediately rushes over, drops down, yanks the two javelins out of Beaufort, and begins packing the wound with gauze and trying to wrap his guts up. And he is stable, but he is unconscious.
I kind of feel like I should move out of the line of... Is the door open all the way?
Yes, and yellow will indicate unconscious, just so we know. Green is good, green is go, yellow is no good, and red is dead, so... Okay. Yep, anything else?
No, I'll just stay put.
Okay. Alright, that is going to bring us to Ree.
Was Ree able to hear the voices coming through?
What is your passive perception?
11?
No, you did not hear it.
Okay. In that case, I guess Ree will. Yeah, she'll just try to drag Beaufort out of the way of the door.
Okay, as you're doing that, go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay, 13.
Not great.
Yeah, well, 13's not great, but it's not bad when you're dealing with other goblins. So you rush up to the door, and you grab the collar of Beaufort, and you begin to drag him back. You can easily get him out of the doorway. You hear clear as day from the opposite side of the room, in very tribal goblin, like goblins who haven't seen the surface in a long time. The first voice says, "Ah, I fucking got him," and the second voice says, "Yeah, but I brought him down."
I think we got goblins out there, guys.
So yeah, I'll drag Beaufort.
I'm assuming you're going into the corner, like buddy drag him out of the way. Okay.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, perfect. Yeah, he is out of dodge. He is unconscious, but he is stable. All right, that is going to bring us to these guys.
Can any of us other than Beaufort actually heal?
I did my healing.
Nope. Don't think so.
Ooh.
In a bad spot.
It's...
Y'all letting your fucking cleric open the door. Come on.
Yeah, future reference, maybe we shouldn't do that anymore.
Stubborn ass dwarf.
Had to learn this one the hard
Or I'll
way.
just stand out of the way.
Okay, so... Give me just one moment. Okay, so Candace...
Should have moved.
Yep. Okay, so... That is going to be a 9 and an 18. So I believe that, yeah, the 9 misses. So another... Now, you see it before they actually get loosed. You see two little hands come up. You see these little goofy-ass heads pop up. And from over the top of this wall, another two javelins. One hits the door frame before it even comes through, clashes off. But the second one catches you about midsection and tears, like digs through your leather armor, dealing you 3 points of piercing damage. Thing to note, as the javelin hits the armor, there is a visible flash of yellow light as the enchantment on this attempts to protect you. All right. She.
I'm gonna move 10 feet forward, and then I'm gonna shut the fucking door.
Okie dokie. So she saddles up to the door and reaches her big half-orc arm in and closes the door. The door is closed. Do you have any other actions?
Just trying to see if I can keep that door from getting easily opened. So I'm just going to stay by it, hand on it, that sort of thing.
Okay, fair enough. Why don't you do me this? Go ahead and because you're gonna just try to hold it closed. Is that right?
Or at least be enough to be aware if someone tries to go through it.
Okay, but you're not actively like attempting to be a force of strength to hold it shut.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Okay,
Yeah.
give me a strength check. And this is just for future reference if it needs to be challenged. So just hold on to this number when you roll it.
Okay.
Fuck. Okay, you plant your feet. You kind of like push your like the ball of your feet up against the edge of the door, and you just kind of lean back. And with your big half-orc frame, you just kind of keep that double-handed grip on the door handle. You're pretty sure that the store ain't fucking going anywhere. Okay, that brings us to.
I will say
Oops, sorry, go ahead.
I will say watch the other door.
Okay. Bofer, you are unconscious. You will be unconscious for the foreseeable future. Doc.
I guess I'll go over to the other door. I'm gonna close it, and I'm gonna... Is it an environmental to close, or are we using an action?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
To close the door, is it environmental, or is it an action?
Yeah, it's environmental, yeah. So well, we call it environmental because we played 3rd edition, but I think it's called...
This is free action.
Yeah, it's like free action or use
Okay.
action or use object is what it's called. You can use one object around.
I'm going to use the doorknob to close the door.
Okay, you grab onto the door and you pull the door closed. You've now trapped yourself in this room.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold my action in case somebody tries to bust through until I'm not the only person standing over here anymore.
And if somebody does attempt to bust through, what is your contingency? What will proc?
Oh, I'd like to stab them.
Okay, fair enough.
I love the way you said that.
I would like to stab them, yes.
If you please, sir.
Okay. So that brings us to Ree. So the girls have well, 2 of the 3 girls have successfully closed the door, and Doc has currently got one hand or one paw on the door handle, and her fucking serrated blade just above like goblin skull height.
Okay, so a healer's kit only stabilizes, right? It can't bring any hit points back at all.
That is correct, yeah. So all you do is you just don't need to make a wisdom check, and you can immediately stabilize a creature, so long as that creature has 0 hit points.
Damn, and I can't in any way bring at least 1 hit point back to this person. Fuck.
You could search him, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. I'll search his body, see if he has any. Do you have any healing?
No healing.
No healing things. Okay. Shit.
Now, you know, Ree, being a cave dweller, that there are certain fungi, mushrooms, fauna that do grow in dark, dank places, and if you could find it and somehow manage to turn it into a crude poultice, which may just honestly consist of a little bit of your pee or spit and mashing it down, that over a short amount of time, somebody could heal just enough to come out of their comatose state.
Okay, so I gotta find some shrooms. I gotta mush it in with my piss, and I gotta shove it down his throat. That's what we gotta do, guys.
That sounds... He's gonna hate it. Let's do it.
Can I do some sort of nature-y thing to be like, and then like
make a survival or make a nature check.
and then I want to probably try and help him find him.
I do have water, but urine's probably more sterile.
No, urine's the best method for this.
Are you sure it has to go down his throat and not like on the...
You know what? I think I believe you.
So what is that? A 10 total?
8.
Or it's an
Yeah, it's
8
8.
total? Okay, so yeah, I mean, you, I mean, goblins are. Yeah, it sounds legit. Sounds legit. Definitely piss on some mushrooms and put it down his throat.
It's worked. It's worked in the past. Mostly.
What does it look like? And where would they be?
Am I like well
I haven't
past
edited
any
it,
kind of like
so-
actions?
No, I haven't edited it in. Sorry. Yeah. So there is fungi down here, or there could be fungi down here. It usually grows in like places that have literally not been touched by sunlight for hundreds or thousands of years. It's yellow in color and it's got brown spots on it. And if you can manage to find some of that up, weasel some of that up, it would have to be a place where there's at least a little tiny bit of moisture, but it's pretty humid down here, so it may take a little bit of investigating, but you could probably find some somewhere.
Are you sharing any of it? Well, I guess I'll let you say it if you are.
Yeah, I would be kind of barking this out loud. There might be some by the fountain over there. There might be some in the corner somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, I'll start looking. I'm gonna listen at the door first.
Okay, give me a
Before I open
perception
it.
check. At this point, as you guys are standing here having this conversation, you hear an audible, like, 1-2 pound on the door.
The door that she is
That
at?
she is holding shut, yep.
I might be able to slow him down a little bit too.
I'm just gonna make sure I'm braced. That's all I'm doing there.
Are we still in initiative order?
No, for the sake of this, no, we're not.
Okay, I want to move over here. Does it look like I could... I've got string, like, for traps and stuff. Does it look like I could tie the doorknob to anything nearby?
There's
to
not
try
really
to-
anything in here. The room is pretty much crumbled to shit. There's not even sconces on the walls to, like, hold torches or anything. So, I mean, you could try to... I mean, if you've got, like... I don't know. If you've got something to affix to the wall, you could tie it to the wall, but...
I have a... I don't know if I'm going to say it right, but a piton or a python?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so,
Okay,
like,
so-
the climbing
Yeah, so
picks?
if I shove one into the wall, can I try to shove one into the wall so I can make something to tie it to?
Sure, you got a hammer?
I do.
Okay, yeah, fuck yeah, make a strength check.
Okay.
I also have a warhammer.
That's true.
You're dead, you shut your mouth. Oh wait, sorry, no, you're just sleeping.
I got an 11.
An 11, so yeah, the masonry in this place is pretty much crumbled to nothing. It's no problem for you to hammer that in. It takes a second, but you manage to get it in. It feels snug, but it's not. It's pretty fucking makeshift.
Okay.
Like,
and
you
then-
know damn well, being a climber, you would not trust your weight on this python if it meant you needing to trust your weight on this python.
Sorry,
I
I was
might be able
updating.
to. I might be able to slow them down a little bit too. Maybe if you guys, if you let me talk to them after you set your thing up there, you might be able to find the mushrooms, and we can probably get around them somehow.
Okay. Do you want me to still set it up?
Yeah, still set it up just in case
Okay.
they decide to crash through the door anyway.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my string, like, for my traps and
I've
stuff,
got
and see.
rope that might be a little stronger.
I have rope too, but rope's gonna be harder to tie to something like a doorknob.
Will the string
At
be
least I assume. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, if it's string, it's getting ripped off. I mean, whether you like it or not. Now, the python is big enough to put a piece of, like, hempen rope through, so if you have
What about
something...
the doorknob?
Oh, the doorknob? The doorknob, I mean, again, everything's been down here for, like, 1,000 years, so it's tough to tell.
All right, let's use the rope. I'll cut off part of the rope, I guess, just enough, enough to hold it. I don't want to use our whole 50 feet of
No,
rope.
no, that's fine. Okay, yeah, so you tie off a decent length of rope, like 6-7 feet or so, and you go ahead and just give me a sleight of hand check, as this is going to be you tying a knot.
12.
Okay, and it's not bad. You tie a pretty decent knot around the door, and then you loop it through the python, and you tie it off, you knot it, and yeah, you're guys are pretty... I mean, it's definitely a hell of a lot more sealed up than, 20 seconds ago. During this process, you hear another doof, doof, and this time you guys actually see part of the wood about 4 feet up from the bottom of the door splinter inward. It's pretty clear as day, especially Ree being a combat specialist, that they're throwing fucking javelins at the door.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the nice thing is the caltrops are between them and us, which means they have to get over them too. So, okay, why don't we try to go find this. You're gonna guard his body, Ree?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna try to scare him away. Do you guys remember the name of their hobgoblin leader?
I'm sure I do.
Olgra.
Yep,
Ogra?
Golgruk.
Golgruk.
Yep.
Okay.
He asked the two note takers. Okay.
I don't take notes.
I was gonna say Ree has no reason to take notes.
None at all.
No.
Ree's like legit like, I don't know what that fucking guy's name is. What's his name?
It's funny because in person it's also usually Cat and me. Okay, we're gonna go look. We'll start at the fountain because that makes the most sense to me. Holler out if you need us.
I will. Yeah. Yeah. Go. Best spot. Yeah. Definitely by the fountain. Maybe somewhere we find extra moisture somewhere. I can't exactly tell where.
I'm gonna start searching the fountain, assuming we
Yep,
make it
and
over
I'm
there.
gonna help channel my inner ranger.
Okay, sounds good. So why don't we do this? Doc, you give me an investigation check, and I want actually, yeah, the investigation is fine. And then, yeah, so you begin to scour around. We're going to say that, I mean, a 22 is actually not too bad. So we're going to say it's going to take you probably 4 minutes because, you know, Ree said it was a yellow mold with brown spots, but you guys can only see in black and white right now. So it's really fucking tough. It's like a 50-50 shot that you're actually going to get it right.
Would I be able to, just with my history in medicine, would I be able to like smell, like, is there any specific scent that goes to something poisonous versus something that we could use for healing? Like, would I recognize the scent?
That's the difficult part, is that really good poisons don't have a scent for that very reason.
That's rude.
Their raw ingredient form is a little bit different, but you're pretty sure that if you picked up a mushroom or something, you'd have a pretty good idea if it was really nasty. But you're not sure until you find it. So
Right.
this time that you're taking, you are spending looking for the mold. So you do look in and around the basin of this fountain. Two things to note. First of all, there are a variety of molds and small fungi that are growing out of the inner crack. So that would be... So like the inner wall, I guess you guys can't really see it all that well. Can you see the little... it's just going to ping big. Okay. Give me a second here. Hey, I can draw. Cool. So yeah, like this little inner wall here, like the interior of it, is where you're finding a lot of the mold and mildew and fungus and shit. So it's pretty clear that there was, at least at some point, moisture here.
Okay.
You eventually do find what appears to be some sort of fungus, and sure as shit, it does have little spots on it, but it's tough to tell what it is because you don't know what it is, and you can't see in color right now. Second note is that the dried up liquid that was in here at one point in time has a very particular scent to it. It smells like cinnamon, like actual raw cinnamon sticks, and it's very tacky, meaning that when it dried out, even in its totally dried up form, it was very syrupy.
Would that mean anything to me?
Make an Arcana check.
$14.
You have some familiarity with potions and salves and ointments and things like that. There were a few occasions when you worked with the gnomes that they would use potions, and they were very cheap and would still use potions that were well past their expiration, and the tackiness that this material has is very reminiscent of what that similar level of tackiness is.
Am I able to scrape any of the tackiness off of the side, like with my dagger or anything?
Yeah. For the sake of brevity, we'll say you can scoop up a little, like, resin ball worth of it. Oh God, that was a weird reference. You can, yes, you can get like a little waxy ball.
Okay.
Pack that in your pipe. Pack that in your pipe. Wow.
I'm playing the wrong character right now.
Oh,
shit.
shit.
Okay. All right. I think we've got what we need. So let's try to go back and hopefully everything's okay in there.
All right. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck to get all this drawing off.
I think if you use the arrow tool and just select what you drew, it you can delete it.
Nice, I can. Fuck yeah. Perfect. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that, man. Okay, so during that little happening, what were you doing in here with Bofer?
So essentially, I was waiting to see if they would like break through the door, and if I did, I was going to basically pretend that I was looting the body.
Okay.
For the most part.
Yeah, so the few minutes go by, you hear one more, and it's very staggered. This time you only hear one, and then you hear like the sound of a wooden pole hitting the interior of the stone wall, and then it kind of gets quiet after that. It's like, do we waste the ammunition? But yeah, there doesn't seem to be any actual force like the door getting ripped open from the opposing side.
Okay, and at this point, I'm seeing the rest of the group come in now.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
I'll just like whisper like, shh, I think they stopped.
I found some that are gray and dark gray.
Can I see in color?
No, everybody who sees in dark vision sees in black and white. But go ahead and give me a nature check to see if you can smell the particular fungi.
What I actually would like to do while they're fixing up Bofer, because I don't really see that, I want to go back into this little hallway and just kind of watch for the hallway.
Okay. Go ahead and give me while you're out there, give me a perception check, please. And yes, Ree, you smell it and recognize it because, ironically enough, it actually smells kind of like goblin piss. So you're like, oh yeah, this is the stuff, all right. Okay. Got the 18
yeah.
noted.
Okay. I don't think Ree has anything really to kind of mush this up in necessarily. Anybody got a bowl or anything, like a cup or something? Being like a mess kit, maybe.
Yeah, you could use your mess kit. I mean, realistically, you could also. I mean, you've lived in the wilds. You could easily put it on the ground. You know, put your liquid on it, and then like mash it up with your table leg, and it would be just fine. You know, like the butt of your table leg.
Okay, guys, I got this. This is a very precise and scientific method. She'll drop her drawers. She'll drop her drawers. She'll get naked from the waist down. She'll mush up the mushrooms with her table leg, and then piss on it, and then kind of.
As soon as she takes her pants down, I look away. Like I was like, yes, this is nope.
All right, now this is the really important part, and she'll squat over the mushed up mushrooms and do her business. Well, I haven't really been drinking a whole lot of water today. Hang on. Okay, here we go.
Oh my god, this is definitely a Sunless Citadel first, I think, for all of history. Oh my god.
And then Ree will kind of mush it up a little further and kind of like scoop it up into her hand and kind of pull up her drawers a little bit, waddle over to Bofer. Can somebody open up his mouth for me just a little bit?
I'll open his mouth up.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm pretty sure it has to go into the mouth.
Yeah, it is a consumed thing. Goblins are strange creatures.
All right, not a word about how this was made. Exactly, and I'll pour it down.
I saw literally nothing.
Okay, so you feed Bofer the fungal piss mash, we'll just call it. Now, it will probably take, a good hour or so for this to really take effect. So we're going to say, for the sake of brevity, we can allow you guys to take a short rest if you'd like to.
Cool.
Anything that you need to gain back due to a short rest, you are more than welcome to do so. In that short rest time frame, while Bofer lies there in a state of unconsciousness, about 30 minutes or so into the rest, his eyes flicker open, and Bofer, you can roll 1 free hit die to regain hit points.
And a short rest lets us gain.
You can use a hit die. And then if you have skills that get brought back from
Yeah,
a
if you
short
have
rest.
skills that are short rest, long rest, you would gain those back if you've used them, which I don't believe you have. But you can also spend 1 hit die to regain hit points if need be. However, well, let's see, you guys took a long rest, so everybody's got their hit die right now, so anybody using it is just going to lose it at this point. So, but Beaufort, you do not use your hit die. The if you want to use your hit die on top of that free 7, or that free, the free 7 hit points you just earned, you're more than welcome to. But you gained the 1 for free because of the Goblin Piss Mash, and I hate calling it that.
It should be 7 plus his con modifier.
So how do hit die work? Like, I mean, I know how this one works,
Yep.
but
So here's how it works in its simplest form. You've got 1 hit die. Okay, that means that you have 1 dice that equals what you roll for hit points every time you level per level of your character. So you guys are level 1, so everybody has 1. During a short rest or a long rest, you can consume that hit die in order to gain a free roll on said die to gain hit points back to naturally heal yourself. At the end of a long rest, you gain 1/2 of your level rounded up of those hit dice back to use for the next day. So during this short rest, now you guys long rested the last game, which means everybody has 1 for free. You were just fed this particular concoction that gave you a free use of that. So 7, you rolled a 7, add your constitution modifier to that 7, and you gain that many hit points back for free. If you want to also use your hit die, you can roll another d8 and add your con modifier again.
I'm good. I'll stay at what I am right now.
Okay, fair enough. Just do me a favor, mark your character's HP back up for me. And what is your con modifier? Is it +2?
+3.
Oh, +3. Ooh, he's a hardy little man. Did you get the I was just gonna ask if you had gotten it.
I hate to say it, but Ree did a good job.
Okay, am I
shit,
waking
it worked.
up? Am I waking up?
Yes, at this point you are waking up. As you're waking up, there is definitely the taste of like old. It's like you threw up in your mouth and then just went to sleep and said fuck it. You woke up the next morning and you're just like, oh, what in the actual hell? However, the last thing you remember is getting hit in the chest, like by somebody punching you, and then you look down and all you remember is that there was a huge spike sticking out of you. And now you're waking up and these 3 chicks are around you. Your mouth tastes like puke, and you look down and the hole in your shoulder had has completely healed up, and the wound in your stomach has almost completely closed itself.
Ugh. Oh.
Welcome back, buddy.
God, I don't know what's worse, the feeling of getting hit in the chest, this taste. Ugh. Ugh. What the hell is this?
You tasting something weird?
I don't know why. It's weird. Must be a
Maybe-
taste of death. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I mean, every time I've died, I've not tasted good things.
It tastes like.
Might want to take a swig of water there, buddy.
Ugh. Thank you.
Rinse your mouth out a little bit.
What happened?
Well, you got stabbed with a javelin. And then
we brought you back to life. That's not important how.
You're fine now. So the important thing is that you're alive. I did tie the door closed, though, and I know that they threw a bunch of javelins. And like I said, when you were not conscious, they have to get over those caltrops too. So maybe we leave this room and go fight rats instead.
Fuck.
This might be,
guys.
Yeah, this might be the way into the lair. I'm kind of concerned about that though.
Well, we have to
They're pretty
figure
well
out.
fortified.
Maybe we can go find a broom.
Yeah.
I do have an idea, but I'm gonna need Ree.
You're gonna need me again?
Yes.
I mean, for what?
All right, so I'm gonna ask, can I use thaumaturgy, but instead of using, hold on, let me see. Instead of using my voice, can I touch Ree and use his or hers?
So the spell specifically says your voice booms, and it is the target is yourself. However,
It's a pretty small room anyway, isn't it?
that's true. That is true. But I will also say, if you want to attempt that, you can make an Arcana check. If you fail, you just started fucking with magic, so know that bad things could happen.
Wow,
In that
magic.
case.
But you could twist your incantation, sure. Why the fuck not? It's a cantrip.
All right, I'm gonna go up to the group and say, all right, we can try some. All right, how similar are goblin voices?
How racist are you?
I was just gonna say, I'm not about to give you that racist ass answer.
I feel like this is probably like southern to like, you know, like New England style kind of like differences, I assume, right?
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest with you,
Dialect.
that's the same exactly. It's the same exact way that that accents work. You know, if I say that we all speak English, but you know, Boo Boo's from Texas and Kevin's from the East Coast, and you know, me, Kat, and Candace are all from the Midwest. People are gonna immediately know. I know exactly how they sound. But as far as like pitch variation, honestly, it depends on the goblins. There's a goblin in that room that's got a pretty deep fucking voice for a goblin. There's one that's got a pretty high voice. So
Yeah, I was thinking I would try to reason with them and all. I mean, but these guys are the Undermountain goblins. They're kind of fuckheads. I could try though.
I could cause tremors in the ground.
With the tremors, I wonder if they would shake those caltrops.
I can do it continuously for 3 minutes.
Could you just blow the caltrops out of the way? Is that something you can do?
Or we go find a broom. I'm just saying.
I'm assuming I'm close enough I can hear.
yeah, they've been resting for an hour. So with the door being open, it's easy enough to hear in there because there's nobody else making noise. So
I'll turn my head and see through the door. I mean, we could just use my quarterstaff to push him out of the way. Just turn it on its side.
I guess the other part of it, I mean, I know I could get over there. If I could be sneaky enough, I might be able to get the jump on them, but if nobody can come over there with me, I will probably die again.
And we might also have a back door into this space too. We haven't really checked it down the hall anywhere. I know there's
That's true.
probably rats down there, yeah, but there might be a back door entrance somewhere.
That's probably the best idea.
Let's go that route then.
Yes, this is definitely storm. This might be storming the castle kind of scenario over here, so it might be a bad idea. But could also try to talk to him. But we can at least scout the area.
I agree.
just for reference, I'm going to circle this door because you guys have tied a rope around the handle. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you go back into this hallway. It still looks the same as it did when you had left it the last time. You had gotten to about where you can see right now, as far as the little two rooms across from each other. And let's see here. 20.
Yes, Ree will approach this door to the right here. And does she hear rats in there pretty loudly, or is it further down?
So give me a perception check. You can make it with advantage because you already know that it's been heard down here.
I'm gonna ready my crossbow too.
Okay, noted. Okay, not bad. Yeah, so this section of the hallway that you can see at least directly in front of you, it obviously contains 6 doors, and the area smells pretty freaking musky. Not musty, musky. Like there is a musk from some sort of probably rat gland that is hanging heavy in the air.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking gross. With that perception check, you've got 2 things. First, number 1, definitely rat squeaks that you're hearing, and it is somewhere in the cells that are ahead of you here. Let me just open a little bit more up here for you. And you can see down the hallway here as well. How far is dark vision? Is it 60 feet or 30 feet?
60.
60, I believe. 60 feet, yeah. Shades of gray, 60 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35,
By any chance, did we get enough of the mold to be able to potentially do that again if we had to?
The mushrooms?
Yeah.
You did not find enough of it in that fountain. So, Reed, just to give you, because of your fantastic perception roll, just so you can see here. So you do see, again, you see these 6 like doors that are all partially ajar from the 2 cells, from this cell over here, this cell here, and it's one of the 2 cells on the right hand side that are just past where you're at. You definitely hear some quiet squeaking. And then from down the hall, you see another. It's tough to tell the details on it, but you can definitely see another fountain.
Are these solid doors? Are they more stone doors or wood doors?
They actually, so they are made of stone, but there are slats carved out of them, creating almost these stone poles. They look like jail cells.
Hey, I don't think I mentioned it, but the fountain over there when we were looking for the thing, so it seemed like there was potion residue almost left in there. So I wonder if it's a potion fountain. Like, remember how it had something written on it?
You're like a fountain of youth or something?
I don't know. I'm just spitballing, but I just know that the residue that was in there kind of reminded me of like you know when you have a vial and you drink a potion or use it and then there's still something left that's kind of sticky on the inside. And I'll take out the little resin ball and show it and say, I don't know if maybe it just used to do that or if it's magic, some kind of magic with those words, just so that we, for future reference, if we find ourselves in a pickle.
And that's where
Now
you
that-
found the mushrooms?
Yeah, and that's what made me think of it, was if they could grow there, maybe there's a connection, or there was at some point at least. But now that I'm seeing another fountain, it's just making me think that maybe there's more to this tower than we or anybody else realized.
Oh, maybe.
Okay, so just so you guys know, on this, bear with me for just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you also see. Sorry, I'm just taking some extra time here. So what you see, so obviously you've got the little potential rats down here. You see the fountain to the north, and then where these 4 squares are blocked off here is actually, you can see an opening in the ground, as if there's some sort of pit there.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Do we hear any like dripping like from the fountain up ahead or anything? Could I do a perception check?
I'll give it to you with Ree's perception because that was pretty fucking stellar. It's quiet besides that.
Okay. Yeah, I bet something fancy happens with those words.
Hey, Ree, what do you listen to?
What do you listen to?
Well, I hear a couple of rats in some of these rooms up here. I don't really hear any drip drops from that fountain up there, but I don't know. I mean, you could try risking that.
Which rooms do you listen to? Or which ones sound like they got rats in them?
What was it? The two
on the
over
right.
here?
Yeah, the 2 on the left, the
And
further
then-
ones, and then one of the 2 on the right-hand side, but you're not entirely sure.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
How about you girls ready them crossbows and we can
Already
see
ready.
if I can open this door up.
You could probably close the doors.
Are they open or closed?
They look like
They're all partially ajar.
Understood. All right. How about I use I can use the spell I have to make a sound inside of the room. Just try to distract the rats.
Why don't we just quietly up and shut the doors and move on from there and not even mess with?
Yeah, I definitely like that idea too. Yeah, just shut the doors.
Try to stealth.
Yep. Some of us take the ones on the left. Some of us take the ones on the right.
Yeah, I'll get this one right in front of me at least.
Okay, so yep, stealth checks. All right. Wow. Oh, not
Yeah.
good, Doc.
Every time.
What the fuck? Aren't you a rogue?
Yeah, that's a +7. That's a nat 1.
That's not good. All right. Well,
Again.
everybody else did great.
Good job, guys. I lose
Come
some
on,
hit points.
cat-like rogue.
Okay, so yeah, so you guys begin to very quietly and meticulously move down the corridor until you get to about here. Let me just open a couple more things up.
I still have my crossbow.
All right, so yeah, you guys begin to look in and around. Again, you can see through this. This is very clearly, at some point in time, jail cells. Obviously not anymore. So you guys get down to this point.
Are the slats big enough to contain a large rat?
It depends on how big the rat is, but there's a pretty good fucking possibility that, yeah, if they've been eating well, they're probably not going to be able to get through this, because, you know, they're medium-sized creatures. I mean, they're like the size of large dogs, so yes, it does appear that way. On that note, as you get down to where this, where you're looking at right now, let me open this room up for you. Okay, give me one sec. All right. Okay, there is another pit up here that appears to have been held open. From where you're at with what you're doing, you can't see the exact details, but just for reference, this is the rest of the room that you see here, as well as the two pits. So yeah, you guys do successfully manage to close the doors without issue. You get to this point where you begin to look at this first pit, and Doc's tail gets snagged on something, and as she begins to step forward, she literally yelps out this, and she catches herself with her paw over her mouth, looks back, and you see her tail kind of wiggle up, and as you guys look back down and around, you see this little grubby, like chihuahua-sized paw reaching through the cage, or the now closed cage to the rear here. Let me open it.
Damn it, Tail. What have I told you about catching things?
Alright, as now, there are 3 very large, very pissed off giant rats that do appear to be locked inside of these cells, but they are aggressively reaching and they do appear to be pretty well fucking fed. Compared to the other giant rats you've seen in here, these rats have been, they've been eaten good. But they do appear to be contained. So,
Is Doc's tail still stuck by the...
Nope, it's not stuck. It's like it had just grabbed on, like it had just dashed out of its little trash pile in there, grabbed onto it, and it spooked her enough to where she yelped and the tail pulled out.
I'm gonna wrap my tail around me now.
Easy.
Can we see through the bars? Like, what does it look like?
Yeah, it's like they look like old medieval cells. There is nothing in here but about a 6-foot high ceiling. Definitely refuse that's been left behind, debris and all sorts of crap. Obviously, there are some piles of feces and matted hair that appears to have been, used as nests of some sort by the whatchamacallit, the rats. And then, let's see. Give me a perception check. So as you begin to kind of like look through and over and around these little shit piles, in one of the rooms, the one that's just south of where you're at right now, in the pile you can see clear as day that there's at least a couple of coins in there. It's tough to tell what they are because you're only seeing in shades of black or white.
Which cell?
This one right here. Okay. That's just for reference.
Don't get greedy, Brover.
And then when you move to the north, and because you see that and you're thinking to yourself, oh, fuck, all these cells, okay, I see what's going on here. You go to the north and you look in the one to the right, you don't see anything, but you look across the hall, you peek across the hall, and now your eyes are looking, and you see clear as day two, at least thumb size, dwarven thumb size, just the top joint, gems sitting in the pile, very well encrusted in the shit and fur, but definitely a couple of gems.
Doc, I'm gonna need you to shoot your bows and crossbows at this one and this one.
Why? Because it grabbed my tail?
No, because
okay.
it has shiny things and yellow shiny things.
Is that really what we're here for?
Plus rat meat to bribe the goblins with.
Oh shit, that's actually a good point.
You conniving little fuck. Bofer, I'm looking at you. Oh shit.
Which ones did you point at?
Which one was it? This one and this one, correct? That, yeah.
Yep.
Does it look like I could shoot through the bars?
Oh, easy. Yeah. I mean, this is literally, it's a jail. Like, think about like classic jail with the bars too, small for a human to get through, but big enough to see through and reach a billy club through in an arm and smack somebody.
All right. Okay, well, if that's what we need, I'm gonna shoot at.
Well, should we waste the ammunition or should we just gut them?
I don't know if you saw what happened.
We can get it back, right?
Here. Do you have spells right now?
I do have spells, yes.
Okay, let's get them.
All right, so how are you going to attack them? Well, what are you attacking them with? Ranged weapons or melee weapons?
I mean, if we can if we can swing through the bars with melee, then probably go that route.
Okay. All right.
All I have is a javelin and a whip that would be good for this kind of scenario.
A whip would be pretty good.
A whip would be hard to facilitate through the bars to grab them, but a javelin, I mean, all you got to do, I was just curious if you were going to actually try to shoot at them or if you were just going to stab them. Yeah. For the sake of brevity, these things cannot get to you, so you're just going to coup de grace. Okay. So you have, I mean, this encounter has been foiled by closing the door, which I was not expecting. So, yeah, we'll say if you're going to use your melee weapons, for the sake of brevity, you guys get yourselves in a position, and they relentlessly, almost, it's strange, they're cocky about trying to get to you. Like, they are convinced that no matter what you do, they are going to get to you and they're gonna chomp on you. Obviously, they don't, as you begin to, Ree comes down and stabs one with the javelin, and, the scimitar from She comes up and slices it across the side of the head, and it flops around for a few seconds before it dies. You guys rinse and repeat this cycle on the two cells. Are you going to just kill all three, or are you going to take just the two?
We'll kill all three, since the red meat was mentioned.
Are they, as someone who's interacted with animals quite a bit, are they acting, like, obviously they're acting a little weird, but are they acting in a familiar weird? Things or whatever the equivalent would be.
Like, are they rabid versus?
Yeah, this is gonna be kind of outside my realm of normality to have you roll, but I want you to roll an animal handling check, and this is just to reflect inwardly on your ability to understand animal behaviors.
Oh, that's actually one of my better ones. Okay.
Oh, I know.
Forgot about that. I clicked it, did it roll? It did not make the dice sound.
Sometimes it takes a moment.
You got a 15.
There we go, now it rolled. Okay, 15, yeah, so they they are acting in accordance to how normal creatures would act. But the thing that stands out is that, again, they're being very cocky. What that tells you about creatures that typically have a swarm mentality, meaning that they collect in hundreds or thousands, is that it is confident that they were confident that they could win in a fight against you if they were allowed out of the cage. And that's the odd part, because it was clear to you guys that they weren't, but they were very confident they could.
They're almost acting like they've got their full pack. Like they're just expecting.
Also, how's it going, Lucy?
They're expecting
Glad to see you guys
to be able to overrun us, and that worries me a little about the room ahead.
Yeah, there's probably some more down in these pits, maybe. Could I see down these pits at all?
And I'm gonna listen.
Yeah, so you, I'm sorry, I had somebody say they were going to listen. Who was that?
Me, I always listen.
Okay, give me just 1 second here. And yes, Ree, you're going to look in the pit? Okay, perfect. So go ahead and both of you give me perception checks.
Ree, is this the kind of rat you normally deal with?
Well, I mean, the rats that I usually deal with aren't of the small dog variety. They're usually like, rat size mostly.
Yeah, she dealt with bite size, and these are king size.
Yeah, these are buffet style. These are eat for a week rats.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for the both of you, first of all, you do not hear any other squeaking or squawking or sounds at all, for that matter. And Ree, when you look into the pit, you notice. So you can see that the pit, excuse me, it goes down about 20 feet, which is super fucking deep. Typically, like goblins and kobolds, they will not dig much more below like two of them standing on each other's shoulders. So this pit is about 20 feet deep, and at the bottom, the only thing that you can see is, and very clear as day, are some rat bones, some bits of rusted metal, and lots of fur and shit and filth. That's it. However, the pit appears to have been jammed open by a partially busted quarterstaff, or maybe a javelin of some sort, but it appears to have been wedged open. And you can see that there are two, trap doors that would have slammed shut at one point in time, but these were wedged open.
Worf, did you get your shiny?
Oh, not yet. I start walking in, and I'm gonna start digging through the rat shit.
Okay.
And just...
You are disgusting. Give me a minute, I'll roll your fucking treasure. You know what?
You got goblin piss in your teeth.
I'm gonna whisper. I'm gonna whisper to Ree. Maybe he's looking for more mushrooms. Do you think he knows?
He got the taste. He's got the taste, and now he's hooked.
Are they addictive?
Maybe.
Oh no.
I could have said that initial line in Dwarven, by the way.
I'm gonna start singing a Dwarven, like, what is it called? Kids song, like, a hunting we will go.
Oh, I'm so grossed out. Okay, so here's what you find. You find 5 pieces of silver. You find 4 pieces of gold. And you find 2 small gems that it's tough to tell again because you can't see anything except in black and white right now. But just given their structure, appear to be pieces of raw emerald. They're very small, but they're gems, and they appear to be emerald.
All right, so I'm gonna walk up to the party. I'm gonna be like this. All right, so I found this silver, and I found some gold too, and I also found these little gemstones right here. They're so pretty.
Ooh, they are kind of pretty.
Did the rat eat and then shit that out?
Yeah, they do that.
I don't think we need to talk about that.
Does it make it extra gemmy?
I don't know, but do you want to look? I'm gonna put it like close to her face.
Oh fuck.
There's a brief second where she looks like she's gonna smack you. I'm gonna pass.
Hey, at least y'all didn't make me. At least I didn't make y'all swallow piss.
I was gonna say
You don't know that.
I don't know that out of character.
I was gonna say there's that's the thought that goes through her head is, well, at least I didn't drink goblin pee.
Can you tell me one more time what is it? 2 shards of emerald.
2 emeralds, 2 small gems that may be emeralds, but you're not sure.
Yep.
Got it.
5 silver, 4 gold.
Mm-hmm.
So you said this pit was held open by a quarterstaff. Is it something that I can reach, or is it?
Yeah, so it's right at the top. It's like right where the 2 floor panels would have dropped open. It's just whenever it dropped open, somebody wedged it. It either looks like a broken javelin or a quarterstaff. You're not entirely sure, but it's definitely been wedged there with a long piece of wood.
And it looked like if we were to unjam it, the door would close and we'd be able to safely cross, or?
It's tough to tell what the actual trap mechanism is doing, but obviously it's a pit, so it may lock shut, it may reset itself.
Can I see the mechanism?
Give me an investigation check.
Can I cast guidance?
You can. I don't think we need to worry about that, but yes, you've been guided.
And that's like a 20.
Yeah, it's a 24.
No, I have the thing where.
What thing?
Oh no, never mind. Not for investigation. Go ahead.
Okay, so Doc, you kind of like look into the pit and you like half hang over the pit and you kind of like look underneath where the actual floor panel is, and underneath is actually a spring mechanism tied to a piece of marble, and then there's a piece of stone that goes into a slot under the floor. So as soon as this thing comes out, the trap door will slam shut. However, it will more than likely mean that you can't step on it over a certain weight threshold, or it will pop back open.
Okay, so it's a pressure plate with a weight threshold, I think. So even if we take this thing out, if we hit that weight threshold, it'll open up again.
Okay. Does it look like it's super sensitive, or does it look like it'll like immediately swing open when even I stepped on it? Do you think?
Can I tell?
It's hard to tell unless you were like in the bottom of the pit and could see it closed with a light. I mean, it's so wedged open that it's tough to tell. However, what you can deduce collectively is that there are rat bones at the bottom. So
at least a rat body would do it.
Exactly, more than likely.
I don't think it's going to take much.
Now they're big fucking rat bones, mind you. So,
how far can you jump?
What is it? Strength plus like base strength or no modifier, just strength divided by a number? I can't remember. I think if I get I could jump. If I get a 10-foot running start, I think I can jump.
Your strength score.
What was that?
Number of feet up to your strength score. If you get a 10-foot running start, unless you have a thing that makes it so you don't have to get a running start.
Right, that's the long jump. So yeah, you can jump. You
jump 15 feet, I think.
When you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score. If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. When you make a standing long jump, you can only jump half the distance. Either way, each foot you clear on the jump costs an extra foot of movement. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, costs 1 foot of movement. So this is a 10-foot gap. Your strength is what, like 18 or 16 or 17?
15, yeah.
15. You know that if you run at this pit, you're going to be able to clear it without any problem.
What about this corner space? Is that basically like a 10-foot, like from here to here? Is that basically 10 feet?
So it would be if you, yeah, I mean, kind of if you, so it's weird because it's just the corner. So realistically, you could either try to run and jump over the pit, or you could just grab onto the wall and try to step around it. Yep.
That's what I was going to ask too. Does the wall look like something climbable? Like, are the stones large enough?
It's only about 6 feet high in here. So you just kind of like grab onto the wall and shimmy around the corner. The wall is in the process of crumbling right now, so it's not very stable, but it's doable if you want to try.
I can go first.
Anything is possible in Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay,
Let me go first. If you go first, nobody can heal me.
Yes, please don't go first anymore.
All right, I'm gonna try to do the shimmy thing.
Okay. Doc, where is your character model?
Underneath.
Oh, okay. No, you're fine. You're fine. I just was curious.
But
so you're gonna try to shimmy?
Yeah, and if I can use my claws to my advantage, and I'll try. But I'm gonna try to.
So your claws will not grant you an advantage. However, it will allow you to use your athletics score.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that I will give you a +2 to the roll because of your claws. Which, yes, I know is a very 3rd edition thing of me to do, but...
Okay. Would it have been acrobatics if I didn't use my claws, just out of curiosity?
No.
Okay, then that's...
I mean, if you're grabbing onto the wall and trying to physically maneuver yourself via strength, then that's one thing. If you're going to try to do a backflip over the pit, then you can try acrobatics.
I normally I'd say I'd be better off if my dice have been assholes. Alright, my dice are jerks.
You've got some in-person dice that are jerks.
That's true.
While they're trying to cross, what I want to do is I want to have an arrow ready, and I'm watching that door on the other side by the pit. If that thing moves, I want to be ready to shoot.
Okay, yep, understood.
Okay, yeah, I think I kind of want to do more of a... I'll just shimmy. Screw it. Let's see what happens. So you said +2 to it?
Yep, so you roll athletics and give it a +2.
18.
So 18, that's fucking fantastic. Perfect. You have absolutely no problem. So Doc grabs onto the wall with her claws and she begins to shimmy herself around, and she almost slips because some of the cobblestone crumbles, but she kind of braces herself with her legs, grabs on, and within 10 seconds has completely shimmied around the corner, so she's now over here.
I think I'm the heaviest one here, maybe, so...
Yeah, that's a half orc.
No. I think Ree's just gonna go for the straight jump across.
Can I offer a hand to anybody trying to shimmy to give them assistance since I'm on the other side?
If you want to try, sure. Ree, I'm not even gonna make you roll because you can just jump your strength distance, which 10 foot versus 16, you hoof it
Ree!
And you boom. Ree literally just stands back, sprints at the pit. You think she's gonna biff it and go straight in, but sure as shit, she jumps straight over the pit. High, too. She jumps like 6.5 feet over the pit. She has got, you see those little legs like tense up and all the veins pop, and she just...
I do a little golf clap.
I'm gonna sprint. I'm gonna walk back and sprint all the way towards like the opposite spot where Rhea is.
Okay, I'm gonna laugh so hard. Bofer's like, yeah, I've got a strength of 9.
14.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
I believe in you, Bofer!
Yep, Bofer does the same thing. Bofer, clear onto the other side, no problem whatsoever.
I'll offer my hand to our ranger if she chooses to take it.
She'll just kind of put up a hand saying, well, not saying, but indicating no thank you, and then she'll do the, you two might want to move.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, she's strong. This girl half orc.
Fine, whatever. That's fine.
Yep, and no problem. That strength score, you run and you jump and you kind of like swan yourself up and over the pit and you come to a land. No problem whatsoever. You guys have successfully made it in to the room. On that note, let me read you a little detail about this place. So the cobblestone floor contains 2 trap doors that are blocked open by wooden spikes. The north wall holds a dry fountain carved with an overarching dragon that is currently diving into the water, very similar to the one that you saw before. Well, if it was diving, if there was water in here, it would be diving into the water. There is a very faint, rotten stench that pervades the room as a whole.
Could Reed take it? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I guess Reed was just gonna approach the fountain and just take a look inside to see if there was any more of those like mushrooms or anything, or if it was like
That's what I was doing.
more of that. Yeah, I assume.
Very good point. Yeah. So Reed, go ahead and give me a survival check. You know what? Give me a survival or nature, whatever's higher. Guessing it's probably
definitely survival. Yeah.
I was gonna look for residue.
Okay, so you do find some more of that same fungus. At least you think it's some more of that fungus, but it's in a very tiny, tiny polyp. Like if you were to mix it, it may have an effect like it had before, but to a very minor degree. But it could still quickly regenerate somebody's dying wounds.
Do we see words on the fountain? Did you say?
Give me just 1 second, Candace. Okay. Ree, are you gonna take that?
Yeah, Ree will stuff that into her underwear.
Okay, so you've got one. Oh, I'm so grossed out. You have a half dose of we'll call it goblin mold.
Goblin piss rooms. Got it.
I clicked on that.
Okay, so. Candace had asked if there was writing, you said?
I'm looking at the fountain for writing, okay. On the other one, and residue.
Okay, so give me a perception check.
14.
Yeah, you look, and you don't really see anything. This fountain seems to be a little bit more worse for wear. It's a little bit more dry, a little bit more cracking. As far as the masonry is concerned, you don't notice anything as far as writing or residue.
Okay. I see there's a door across the other pit there.
Ah, shit, I forgot I wanted to carve up those rats. Oh, well.
Would it do any to try and lend my eyes to Reese to help look for any of the mushrooms?
Sorry, can you repeat that? You kind of broke up.
Would it do any good to try and lend my eyes to Ree to help look for more mushrooms, or is that?
I mean, you can make a survival check. Actually, you know what? I would have you make a nature check. Survival check is for somebody who's used the mold. We'll say the nature check is for somebody who's had it described to them. So you can make a nature check if you'd like. But yes, I absolutely have no problem with you doing that.
Oh, that was almost an 18. I watched it roll over to the 2.
No, you investigate the fountain just like everybody else has, and there's just nothing here.
Can I look inside this pit?
Sure. Yeah, at the bottom of the pit, you do see some rat bones. There are some piles of old furry-filled shit, and it is held open by a very similar wooden pole, just like the other one was.
Doesn't look like there's anything down there except more rat bones.
You might need to use your special power to just open that door from here so we can kind of see what we're leaping into. Although we can't close it, so...
I will very much move into position with my bow then.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Thaumaturgy and...
Alright, so you cast Thaumaturgy. Give me 1 second. All right, so you cast thaumaturgy. As soon as you mutter your incantation, and it takes hold, the door shudders for just a moment, and then opens wide with this burst of hot bellows-like forge air. And on the inside of this room, you do not happen to see a whole lot at this point. However, there is an oppressive smell that suffuses the air that rushes out towards you as you're all standing here. Inside, you can see that there are chewed carcasses of cave rats, vermin, small vermin, and there are a couple humanoid-looking creatures in piles all around the room. The bodies lie upon the floor that is absolutely covered with filth, old bones, hair, and fur that appear to create collectively a very large and nasty nest of some sort.
Can we see anything moving from here?
You don't see anything moving, no.
I would have listened.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check for me. As the door blows open, there is an audible squeak from the other side.
Oh shit!
Did you hear that?
So you said this pit was currently open, right?
It
Just
is
like the other one.
It is open, correct.
And what are we? We can see the entire room from this little door now.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, I mean, you can see a good portion of it. Obviously, some of the corners are a little bit hard to see, but I mean, the bulk of the room is not difficult to see. And actually, let me give me just one moment here. So it's more like that.
Cone,
I was gonna say it's more
Yeah.
like. Give me one sec. Actually, hang on. I closed that up just a little bit too much.
I wonder if we maybe try to reset this trap and you kind of ring the dinner bell and get these little fuckers to come out and get us and fall into the trap.
We could do that. Or just grab. I mean, I have my own bell. If need be, I can just ring my own bell if we can't get it set back up.
Is the thing that's holding this pit trap open within my reach? Well, I mean, obviously, if I go closer to the bed.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a big ass quarterstaff, a 10-foot long pole, kind of sitting, wedging it shut.
Okay, I'll move forward and grab it and try and get it free.
Okay, yeah, no problem. You grab it, and the door slams shut.
I wonder if if we set the trap door in, like, here, back up, and then I ring my bell to get them to come running. How many of them we could take out that way?
Yeah, I'm hoping at least a few, and then the trap door opens up again, and then
All right.
they can't get to us.
Give me 1 second.
I only heard one
I
squeak.
need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh no.
I don't think mine got in.
Yeah, I got the same error.
All right, no problem. Let's see here. We've got Ree with a 7. We've got Cat with a 15.
I'll be right back too.
Yeah, no problem. Doc, 11 showed up, and Bofer with the 18. Okay, let me take this guy out, and give me just 1 second.
I just want to say I love Kevin's picture in the background.
What picture?
In his room. I imagine we can ask him, but he probably
yeah,
even
that's
drew it.
one of his drawings. Actually, I've seen it. That line is actually carrying like a huge fucking flaming
Yeah.
sword. It's badass.
He's an amazing artist.
That's why I hired the man to do all my work.
And now
I wouldn't
he's
have
our
anybody
friend.
else.
No. That picture of Winnie, I love it. It's perfect.
All right, so since Kevin is taking a real quick break, you guys, I'm gonna take my quick bio break as well, and then we're gonna start with a surprise round, and I will explain to you how this kind of has unfolded, and we will move forward from there. Okay?
Okie dokie.
All right, guys, I will be right back. Bear with me for just 1 second.
Well, I guess if we're doing that, I'm gonna do the same.
I killed them.
All of them?
Yes. Including the DM.
Good.
No, we're doing a quick break.
Oh, okay, perfect.
And we were admiring your artwork, and then I don't know if I ever told you, because not like we've ever talked in person before this, but that picture of Winnie that Kevin did he's hired, I think it was not last year, but the year before for Christmas. Dude, seriously, that was her. Like, that was how I pictured her. When he put that in front of me, I was
Nice.
like, oh my god. There's a big version of it hanging in front of my desk.
Nice. That was the I'm sorry, which one
The
was when you
Furbolg.
the Furbolg. Oh,
Mhm.
yes. Nice.
Yeah. When he showed that to me, I was like, it's her.
Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, I rarely get to. I've only actually done like 2 Furbolg characters so far, and if I, it's interesting. Like a lot of people end up finding there's kind of a theme that a majority of like people tend to stick with when it comes to characters. Like I've done like a million like elves or humans and whatnot. But every once in a while, when like a Furbolg comes across my desk, or like I've had like a Luxodon character come through too. I was like, yes, absolutely. He was so metal too. He was like,
Oh, bro, your Loxodon character was fucking amazing.
oh yeah, I love that one.
Amazing. Same thing with your Lionel, the one that you got on the wall in the background.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
It's so hardcore.
Yeah, that guy.
Or
Kevin,
are they called Leonin? Maybe I've got it right.
Leonin, yeah,
Leonin,
I'm not sure how
okay.
exactly.
this Kevin can attest. I always pick like the weirdest race possible.
Yeah, I've never played a human or like an elf or anything like that. I always love hearing the weird shit.
Yep. It's funny too. In my first campaign, Kevin, that you drew a lot of the artwork for. Actually, you drew 100% of the artwork for. There was 2 human characters. I remember sending like the first write up to you, and I was like, God, this is so embarrassing as a DM. There's 2 humans. Who the fuck plays a human in a fantasy game? Come on.
Yeah, it always feels like too. I mean, yeah, of course, it's like obviously there's no human wizards in the world, but it always still feels a little too close to home, Anyway.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, guys, so we are back. So here's what happens. So as you guys are discussing kind of your game plan, the trapdoor slams shut, and you're like, you know what? Maybe if we just pop this other trap open, no big deal. We kind of do our thing. We'll lead them back. I'll ring the bell. They'll all run out. Literally, as you're saying that, from around the corner, you hear this squeak, but it's in like 3 octaves deeper than any squeak you have ever heard coming out of a rat. Whereas the normal giant rats are kind of like a... This is more of like a... And literally rats begin to spill out from behind the doors, almost as if they were fucking waiting. The first rat hits the pit. That's the one that's kind of here in the northeast corner of the first pit. It hits the pit hard. The pit starts to swing open. It tries to jump. It hits the edge of the pit and it falls into the pit. The second rat runs and jumps like corners from the corner, so from over here, jumps over here. And that's the rat that has landed there. The third rat, you see, is lining himself up to jump, but has not gotten to that point. However, from around the corner comes this absolutely massive fucking rat. So this rat Let me see if I've got a picture. So this rat is a monstrously swollen female giant rat.
Absolute unit.
It is absolutely the most bloated, disgusting, pox-ridden fucking disaster of a rat you have ever seen. This, in goblin culture, would be what they referred to, and it is a common name to call like a queen rat, but this is called the gut hash, or the bloated one. This is the one that literally has gained dominance through breeding and, quite frankly, viciousness, to the point where it will eat its young if it means it will survive. And then it will intimidate other males into reproducing with it, and then she will eat them. It is fucking disgusting. So
That's the one right next to our healer.
oh yeah.
Stellar.
So sorry,
good.
Ree, you know this information about this specific rat.
Oh shit, it's a gut hash.
Okay, so the gut hash jumps and barely makes the jump, by the way, and it is going to absolutely.
I'm sorry, but that would have been amazing if it didn't make the jump.
I swear to God, I was 2 points off. I was like, you gotta. I started sweating. I was like, okay, I gotta go pee now because that's not. If they kill this fucking thing right off the bat, I'm gonna cry.
We're gonna do it to you once.
Well, there goes my big bad guy.
It's not the first time that's happened.
Eat the dragon snail off a cliff.
You shut your mouth. Or the mummy.
Thorn whip the
Thorn
hag
whip the
into
hag.
the...
Two, not one hag, two hags into a
Two
pit, so
hags.
fuck me. My players sometimes, man.
My
Okay,
bad.
here we go. I'm gonna bite your ass. I am gonna, but well, I didn't know why I rolled in. Oh, the initiatives were for them. Okay, so that is a 20 total, not a nat 20. So yes, you take 3 points of piercing damage, Bofer, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. That's a 4. Oh no. Okay, noted on my end. So this big, nasty, frothing, drooling rat latches onto your leg, Bofer. It grabs onto your left shin and just starts shaking like shit. Ree, you immediately are like, oh, we need to make sure he's okay. He gonna get sick. And that is...
I don't want to have to pour piss down your throat again.
What?
What?
Ah, what?
No, you threw up. You threw up.
On that
Rats.
note, it is
Dude.
Doc's turn. The other
All
rats,
right.
they had taken all of their movement to jump. That was the dashing that they were doing, so...
Would I be able to shoot at the one in the doorway over there with
Oh,
my...
you know what? Hang on. I'm sorry. We're actually going back to the top of the initiative order. I accidentally just moved us next down, so it's Bofer's turn. Because that was their surprise round. Sorry.
As soon as I see this thing bite me, I'm gonna activate, and you're gonna see a Morden's emblem on my hammer, and I'm gonna be Searing Smite.
Oh, fuck.
Good.
Okay. Now, so that's just a... I think you need to actually roll to hit it. So I think the way
Oh,
Searing
okay,
Smite...
okay,
So
okay.
Searing Smite, if you read it, I think is actually a reaction. So it is... I'm sorry, no, it's not. It's a bonus action. So you bonus action, you cast Searing Smite, and then the next time you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack during that spell's duration is when it deals the extra damage, plus the Constitution saving throw. So
Got
go ahead and roll... Just make an attack roll with your Warhammer. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Was that a crit? Was that an nat 20? No, it
That's-
wasn't. Okay, no, it was a
that's
19
not-
plus 4. Okay. So,
Adjacent.
yeah, you definitely 100% hit this fucking thing. So, go ahead and roll your regular Warhammer damage, and then it will also take the first of your 2d6s, so the Searing Smite activates for 2 fire damage.
3.
Okay, so we're looking at 3, so 5 points total. All right, so Bofer, go ahead and mark your spell slot off. And what's the Constitution saving throw versus? That was a DC 13, correct? So on a failed save, so it will set it on fire. Is that right? At the start of each of its turns until the spell ends, it makes a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 1d6 fire damage. So yeah, you literally just set my fucking boss, my first boss on fire. That's cool. Fuck me, I guess. I will go ahead and give it this symbol plus red. Red means fire. Okay. It does not say it takes that damage immediately though. It's on each of its turns. So it says at the start of each of its turns until the spell ends. Okay, perfect. Sorry, just making sure we got this all correct. On that note, I'm going to put a little note on you, and that is going to be this, because that is the best thing for concentration, I guess. I don't know. I got to figure these fucking symbols out. Okay, anyway, so, yeah, Beaufort, this thing is, like, gnawing on his leg, and you guys see the blood, like, oozing out of its mouth and out of the wound in his leg, and Beaufort rears up his warhammer, and he says two words in Dwarven, which nobody totally understands, and you see this huge sigil of a warhammer and an anvil underneath it flash across the side of the warhammer, and as he swings down, he fucking golf swings this thing off of his leg, bounces it off the wall, and you see the entire warhammer ignite in a burst of fire. And mind you, it's a pitch black room, so all of your dark vision for a second goes like
Blinded.
white hot. And as you look back, there is now a creature here that is producing enough light for everything here to be in color, as it is on fucking fire. Well done, Beaufort.
Oh, yeah.
Booyah!
Wog.
Okay, I'm sorry, Beaufort, did you have any other actions you wanted to take? That was your action and your bonus, but you still have movement and verbal if you need it.
No, I'm going to stay right here.
Perfect, she.
Can I, 5e, can I move through a party's square or an occupied square if it's occupied by friends?
You absolutely can. Yep, friendly pass is 100% legit.
Usually just can't end there.
But the thing of it is, you got to say, "Hey, I'm gonna scoot right past you." Oh, gonna scoot right past you.
Oh.
Sorry, that's a Midwestern joke.
The quarterstaff that I pulled from the thing, it's in decent condition.
No, it's in pretty shitty condition.
I had a mental image of just spinning it and then just beating the thing because I'm proficient.
I mean, you can absolutely do that. You can
I'll grab my sword.
Okay, I was gonna say, if you hit it, there's a distinct possibility it's gonna fuck this thing up. But
It was just a fun mental image. No, I'm gonna scooch right past him and
scooch right past him, a scotch. Okay.
yeah.
All right, go ahead and move her. Is she going down? Is she going down here?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. All right, go ahead and make your attack.
Yep, I've got my attack and I've got my bonus.
Kill it.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was the. Oh no, that was the right one. Yep,
See,
we're good.
yeah, you do have short swords. I knew you had short swords. Told you had short swords.
Yeah.
Change them to scimitars. It's the same damage.
Oh, they're scimitars now. Do I hit with the first?
Sorry, give me 1 second. What just happened here? Whoa! What in the world? Creative One pops in and drops all sorts of... Sorry, I got somebody who's dropping all sorts of gift subs in my channel right now. I'm having a tough time hearing. It's going to do this for probably another 30 seconds or so. So the short sword... I'm sorry, the scimitar. It will be a scimitar. I just confirmed that they are finesse and light weapons, so you can dual wield 2 of them. So a 14... A 14 does hit. Yes, go ahead and roll your damage. Also, Creative One, you are ridiculously kind. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much you have helped us out over the last year, my friend.
Damage for the first one, then
It has
I've got
been
my bonus
fantastic to
action
have you
swing
here.
with my second.
And I'm sorry I'm not paying attention to
second.
chat right now. I apologize, I'm not paying attention to chat right now because we are doing D&D, but I'm going to go back through, watch the VOD, look at all of the chat stuff, and I'm going to respond to everything. Thank you. Seriously, thank you for everything that you're doing right now. I appreciate you. Okay, sorry about that. I was, okay, so we're looking at 10 points total.
That's a lot of damage.
So you come down, so you jump over, or you move around Beaufort as he smacks this thing into the wall, and you come down with 2 full-blown windmill-level slices on this gigantic bitch of a beast. And you almost run it completely through. To the point where, as you cut it, with the second slash, you can actually see ribs and spinal cord peeling back from its skin and muscle. But it still screams and hisses and lashes about as it tries to resist. The final moment that it has coming soon, I'm sure. All right, any other actions?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, let's go to Gut Hash. So first of all, it's the beginning of her turn, so I believe she needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Is that right?
Correct, 13.
Okay, that's a 16, so that is a success. I have resisted it, and you see the fire doesn't burn out. It's still there until the concentration ends, but it does resist the fire damage. Or does it say that it takes half damage?
One moment.
Nope, on a failed save it takes 1d6 fire damage. Alright, I've already got that confirmed. So, in other words, it succeeded, so it takes no damage. On that note, it is going to, again, Beaufort is going to try to bite the absolute shit out of you, because what the fuck. Alright, so here is the attack. That is going to be a 16... that is going to be a 19 to hit, and that is 5 points of piercing damage. No need to worry about that Constitution saving throw. You're already in trouble.
Oh no.
And Beaufort, do me a favor and make sure that you're marking it off on your character token. Just click your character token and...
Got it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Perfect. Alright, it is going to end its turn. That is all that it can do at this point. Doc. It is latched back onto this flaming, screaming, and flailing rat is trying to do an alligator roll on Beaufort's leg as it has grabbed onto his shin and is spinning furiously.
If I'm shooting into melee, it's at disadvantage, correct?
Are you proficient with the weapon?
I am.
Then no, you do not.
Okay,
It is
then
only
I'm-
if you are firing with a non-proficient weapon.
Then I'm 100% going to shoot at that asshole with my crossbow.
Alright, perfect. Go ahead and make your ranged attack roll.
And I believe I will get to do the sneak attack as well, since there are two of my allies and its enemies in 5 feet. That is a 20 to hit.
Yeah, 20 definitely hits.
Okay, and it's 12 total. 9 piercing, 3 sneak attack.
Okay, yeah, it had 1 hit point left. So, you fucking...
I did something!
So Doc kind of like pulls her crossbow back, and as Beaufort starts to scream again, and she begins to spin her blades down, there is this audible and a crossbow bolt fires from around the warhammer that's coming down again on the beast, and a bolt lands itself square in the throat as it is kind of lifting up, and you hear this audible as it loosens its grip and slumps to the ground. Alright, anything else, Doc?
I'm just gonna move.
Okay. That brings us to the dire rat. So this rat is going to move up here. It jumps up on top of the ledge out of the dry well, and it is going to attempt to bite the shit out of Ree.
Oh no.
I don't like it.
Not a fan of that.
That's an 18 to hit. Oh, God,
yeah.
and 6 points of piercing damage. That is max damage. So this rat jumps up onto the ledge of the dried out fountain, and as it lunges forward, Rhea is like watching this shit with Gut Hash go down and taking this blinding light, and all of a sudden there's this searing pain as this rat just absolutely fucking latches onto her arm. With that being said, exactly. On that note, this last rat out here is going to use all of its action to, jump and land in the square in front of Beaufort. But that is it for its turn. That's going to bring us to Ree.
Okay, yes. Ree will, of course, rage. Ree! And whack at this son of a bitch who just took a bite out of her arm.
Reed, did that drop you down to? Are you still at 10 hit points, or are you down to? Are you at 4?
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
No. It's okay. I just want to make sure I'm tracking it right.
She is currently at 4.
Okay.
Oh, what symbol is that?
Uh-oh.
I have my push to talk, and then I try to also hit the hit points, and it made a weird symbol. Okay.
So you're gonna rage, you said?
So yes, she is currently raging, and she will whack at the rat that just bit her. Oh, bastard. That's gonna miss.
Yeah, unfortunately, as you swing at it with the club, it's kind of tough to get a good hold on it because this thing is literally grabbing onto your arm, and you're like, oh, fuck, ah! And you just start, like, flailing, and unfortunately, yeah, you cannot bring yourself to actually manage to hit it.
Damn. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Alright, that's going to bring us back to the top. Beaufort.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my Warhammer on this rat.
Alright, go ahead and, but that reminds me, your concentration has faded at this point, so I'm taking that token off. And only faded because the spell ended, because the creature that it was affecting is dead.
Okay.
But, yep, go ahead and make your attack roll. 21, goddamn, yeah, no, that definitely hits. Alright,
3 damage.
Okay, yeah, you bring that Warhammer down, and you, bam! As soon as it lands, you fucking smack the shit out of it. You don't even take a chance on it. It rears back a little bit, but it seems like it shakes the brunt of it off. Alright, that'll bring us to She.
I'm gonna turn my intended attack with the scimitars from Gut Hash onto this thing instead.
Perfect. Give him the old whirlwind treatment.
Ew, no. That one.
Not so much. Yeah, you swing down at it, and it bounces out of the way with the Warhammer strike. You come back down at it, and as it's like rearing back to go in for another attack, you're like, fuck, I just totally missed. I mean, this thing seems really intelligent. Like, it's attempting to use tactics, but there's a piece missing. But you miss, unfortunately. Okay, so Doc is here. Unfortunately.
I am gonna move, though.
Okay, yeah, please make your movement, let me know.
That one.
Yep. You're gonna move out of its threat range?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and show me where you're moving. Perfect, alright, yeah, he is definitely gonna try to snap at you. Give me 1 sec here. That's a 16 to hit? Does 16 hit?
Yes.
Alright, so that's 6 points of piercing damage. As you begin to push past Beaufort, it kind of looks up at you as it was dodging your scimitars, and it lunges up and it grabs onto your leg and shakes for like 3 or 4 seconds. You manage to kick it off and backpedal a little bit, but unfortunately it does bleed you pretty bad.
Still gonna go and try and help Ree.
Okay, perfect. Alright, guys, I don't have Candace here. She is tending to my daughter, so I'm going to say that she makes a crossbow. She's probably going to shoot at this one in front of Beaufort, because if she shoots at the one that's Henri... Oh, never mind, she's here. I'll let her push the button. She just shook her head, though. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I had a feeling if she shoots at the one that's on Henri's arm and rolls a nat 1, that doesn't sound like a good time to me.
Especially not if it comes from...
I am raging, though, so I got that going for me.
Oh, that is true. You are raging. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Because you were raging, that rat that bit you would have taken half damage on. Unless, did that happen first?
That happened before I raged.
Okay. Just making sure we're on the same page. Yep. Thank you.
I only got a 7.
7, no, unfortunately, you let off a crack from your hand crossbow, and a bolt flies past your face, Beaufort. You literally feel the wind catch in your hair as a bolt smashes against the wall and just explodes into like 20 pieces.
This rat's tougher than the boss.
You guys just focus fired the right enemy. So the rats. So the first rat is going to be the rat in front of, or that's Henri. And that's only a 6. So you manage to shake this damn thing off. It jumps back up onto the well, and as it snaps at you, you manage to defend yourself against it. The second one is going to attempt to bite Beaufort again. And that's another 6. Shit. Okay, well, hey, that's alright. I got my strikes in. Yeah, so it lunges up at you, Beaufort, and you fucking drop your shield, and it just kind of like bounces its teeth off as you prepare to strike it again. That's gonna end its turn. Down to Ree.
Okay, yes, Ree would like to end this fucker's life and whack at it.
End of this fucker's life.
Ragefully.
That sounds pretty good to me. No!
Can't do it. Can't do it.
No!
Can't do it.
No! She's so worried about Beaufort and that bite that just, like...
True, yeah, yeah, Reese kind of like looked over her shoulders, like, is our healer still alive? Okay, good. All right, fuck.
She's like, I need to pee on it, just like a jellyfish.
Pee on the wound, it makes it all better.
Oh, God. Alright, so Ree swings down with that table leg, and this little wily rat just kind of sidesteps it, looks behind. Is the healer okay? Yep, she's still alive, or he's still alive. Beaufort, on that note, it is your turn. You're squaring
I'm
up
not
on
looking
this
too
rat.
good right now.
No, I know you're not looking. I'm looking at all your guys'
Heal yourself.
HP. I'm like, there's 3 out of the 4 of you not looking so hot right now.
At least I'm resistant, but yeah.
You know what? That's true. Actually, you are looking okay with that resistance. I mean...
Not.
No, she's leg has been absolutely shredded to pieces. Like, from the kneecap down is just one huge gash. But Beaufort is not doing well.
Beneath my warhammer.
Alright, go ahead and make that attack roll, baby. An 11. So an 11 is unfortunately... You land the blow, but the creature's fat and bones protect it just enough to not actually take any legitimate damage from the force of the warhammer. Any other actions?
In my turn.
Alright, she.
Let's see if I can get this fucker off of Ray.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that'll do it. Alright.
Kill it.
So you slash down at it, and your first scimitar hits, and it cuts a gash literally like right between its 4th rib all the way down, and you see organs start to spill out. It screams and starts to thrash about, but it's still moving.
God damn it. Okay, I guess I'll go with my second. I keep almost killing these things.
Beautiful. You swing that second scimitar, and as it's thrashing about, you give it the old plus symbol treatment like you're tenderizing a good piece of beef. And you, which actually Ree would probably agree with. And as you hit it, you actually break rib 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 all the way down. You split it down, and its guts just fucking explode out of its nasty bloated body, effectively ending its life.
That's about all I've got.
Alright, give me 1 second here. I accidentally took my rat out of initiative order, but that's okay.
We win.
We did it.
Alright, there we go. So she just went, now it's Doc.
I'm gonna do the same thing, because I really don't want our healer to die.
Okay. That is firing the hand
Oh,
crossbow.
nat 20.
Oh, a nat 20 will definitely 100% fucking hit it. Go ahead.
Thank Mordine.
Yeah.
Thank
Please.
Mordine.
And my
Thank
Oh my god,
Mordine.
that's sneak attack too, so that's 16, that's 26 points of damage.
Rogues, baby.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
yeah.
Okay, well this thing had 4 hit points left, so it rears back and it begins, and as it begins to lunge, so you have just hit it with the warhammer. It doesn't do shit to it. It uses its momentum though to spring off of the wall behind it, and as it does so, it goes about 2.5 feet into the air, which is probably about half your height. And as it's like stretching back, almost standing upright to jump onto you, this fucking crossbow bolt catches it open in the mouth and sends it back against the wall and sticks it to the wall. It twitches a few times and then goes limp. The weight of the crossbow holds it in the masonry.
And you hear Doc go,
Fuck yeah.
"Cool."
All right, that is effectively going to end combat, my friends. That was fucking impressive and terrifying. So a couple seconds go by and combat ends, and Ree kind of looks around and she's shaking. You see this adrenaline rush slowly wearing off as she lets the rage kind of fade out of herself.
So all of a sudden you're gonna see Beaufort drop his shield for a second and hold himself. Like, am I feeling weird?
No, you feel okay. I mean, you're not
Okay.
you are bleeding out, but you're okay for the most part.
Okay.
Well, shit, that was a big mama. Oh, she's got a lot of good meat on her, I bet.
You might wanna. I don't know. Do you have anything you can do to help yourself there, Beaufort? None of us can heal you, and
Can I heal myself?
I mean,
Yeah,
if you
you
have
cast
spells,
a
sure,
spell.
yeah, man.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay, go ahead and cast Cure Wounds.
it's probably
And I'm
really
gonna
good.
go and lean against a wall and get the
All
weight
right,
up.
yeah, no problem. You've got what? That was your last spell slot, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you mutter your incantation, you hold it over your leg and your abdomen, which has been absolutely torn to fucking shreds, and you guys see the familiar hot, almost like magma-like lava pour out of his hands and seal. That was a very good Cure Wounds, one of the best I've ever seen, actually. Okay, yeah. So you've healed a good portion of wounds. Make sure that you change it on your character model too for me.
Will do.
Thank you. Okay, sorry. She,
Yeah.
what were you doing?
Oh, I said I was gonna lean against a wall and get the weight off my leg, and I'm gonna. Hey, Doc.
Yeah.
Do you mind taking a look at this?
I'll look. I'll go over and look at She's leg.
It's been pretty fucked up, and even looking over at Ree, like as you're kind of taking a moment and breathing deep, you look around at the room, and Beaufort looks actually pretty damn good right now, but she and Ree look equally fucked up. Like if they would have been bit one more time, blood loss alone would have probably rendered them unconscious.
Well, I can try to help with like the pain of walking if you want. I can make a little makeshift splint for you.
If if that's convenient, that would be.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
So I want to use some of my. Is it Python or? I don't want to keep saying it wrong. Is it Python or Python?
It's Python, yeah.
It is
Okay.
Python.
So I have 3 more, so I'm going to use one of those, and I'm going to use my string to kind of attach it to her leg to make a makeshift splint, just so that way, she's not kind of hobbling as much.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. Let's see. Make a medicine check. What were you using to do this? Just a Python?
Python and string.
Okay. Make a medicine check at disadvantage. Because that's some makeshift level shit. Yeah, so you strap her leg up with Python and some string from your thieves kit, and you finish, and you waste the materials, and you kind of look at it and go, why the fuck didn't I use my healer's kit? I have splints.
Well, I was thinking healer's kit is stabilizing, otherwise I would have...
There's splints in it. I mean, it says right in the description there's splints.
Okay, well then I will give her a splint.
Okay, yeah, you don't even have to roll for it. I mean, it's literally, it contains bandages, salves, and splints.
Does
I mean,
it count
to a
as a
T.
use, though?
Yes, it does count
Okay,
as a
that's
use.
why
Yep.
I started the other way
Yes.
first. Okay.
So it does count as a use. However, it does not regain her any hit points. It just
Right.
makes her leg a little bit more usable.
Okay, and then I'll go to Re. Do you want me to try anything?
I'm fine. Why? Rhea will look down her arm and like, oh fuck.
Yeah, and you just realized that. Oh, that was pain I was feeling. Man, it was euphoria about 20 seconds ago. But what the fuck?
Wow, that's a lot of blood.
I'll use another use and bandage.
Okay, go ahead and use another use. Yep, and you successfully bandage. Also, Candace, if you could make sure that you used 2 bolts.
Use what?
You used 2 bolts during.
Oh,
that
yeah,
fight.
I have
I'm
it
sorry,
marked. Yeah.
3 bolts.
Yep, I have it marked.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you guys, there is a little bit of stability to the wounds that are currently lingering on where you're at. You listen passively, and even with your highest passive perception, you don't hear any other forms of threat at this point. It's pretty silent in here, almost eerily silent.
Would y'all
something in
like
this room over
to look in the room, or would you want to take a long rest, or?
It's going to be easier for some of us to get to that. Well, all of you will be.
I don't think I can make that.
I could still make that jump, but it was just my arm that was hurt.
Yeah, and for the most part, even she, you realize that if you were to come from like over this direction and jump kitty corner or to shimmy around it, you probably wouldn't have too much of an issue with it. You didn't actually fall unconscious, so it's not like you had to roll on the injury table. So you should be okay.
Can I do it as well?
Oh, you're just fine, yeah, man. With your healing, with 9 points of healing that went into you, and with where you're at healing wise, you've got a couple of scrapes and some pretty deep bruising, but you're perfectly fine to do it.
All right. How about one of y'all come with me?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going across.
All right.
I'll stay here.
I'll just grab my bow.
All right. Are you ready?
Let's do this!
All right. 1, 2, 3. Damn it! Ready?
Re-fucking jump, man.
I didn't know we're counting. I just went.
Okay, guys. So, on that note, give me just 1 second here. So we've already discussed a lot of what is going on in here, as there is filth and rot and chewed carcasses from cave rats, small vermin that are not rats, just smaller vermin, and different humanoid-looking creatures. There are bodies that lie upon the floor in filth, old bones and hair and fur that kind of combine to make this really nasty nest that just sits around the perimeter of the room. Go ahead and, I'm assuming you guys are going to start kind of poking through and looking at shit. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely.
Correct.
Okay, why don't you guys both give me... Okay, do it one of 2 ways. Either whoever has the higher investigation can give me that with advantage, or you can both make a regular roll.
What kind of investigation do you have?
Investigation is pretty piss poor. So
Mine is 0.
Mine's -1, so you win.
Looks like you're going to make one with advantage, Bofer. As Rhea's kind of helping you point shit out.
Helping!
I'm rage helping.
Yeah. Do it! Look harder, you son of a bitch!
Look at that corner! Do it!
Hey, whoa, that nat 1 is not so good, but the 16 is actually pretty good.
That was real.
I feel like the nat 1 was helping.
Like Bofer bends down and Ree just slaps him in the back of the head, and he's just kind of like blinks through it and like, oh, is that silver pieces? Okay, so here's what you find. So poking through the refuse, it takes about 10 minutes. Like this whole scenario takes a good 10 minutes. So you 2 girls, Doc and she, you're sitting out here hanging on, and you hear like half gags as the putrid scent of shit and piss and fur and rot almost overcome you. Unfortunately, Bofer has already done this once for the sake of a couple slivers of emerald. But here's what you uncover.
He's probably pretty used to this by now.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like, he looks good on the outside, but he's a pretty grubby fucking dwarf. So, so here's what you guys find: 312 pieces of silver.
Oh, dang.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you want to mark that down or me, Kev?
Yeah, which one of you guys want to mark it down? I don't care who
Could I
does it.
even, could I even
I'm writing.
carry all that?
It's a lot of silver. So silver is... Give me one sec.
It's gonna be hefty.
Okay, so we are looking at... so it is 50 coins per pound is how it works.
So it's like 6.5 pounds.
So hang
I
on,
don't think that'll put me
give me
over.
1 second. Is it? So yeah, so 50 of any coin size weighs 1 pound. So it's 50 to 1.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys have
It's 6.25 pounds.
so 6.25 pounds worth of silver. Then you guys also find 68 pieces of gold, which, just for reference, especially as level 1 characters, 68 pieces of gold is like paying a lieutenant in a capital city salary for 2 years. That's
Yeah,
fucking...
we would never see that much gold normally.
No, especially not a fucking goblin. Like, you've never collected this much gold, pillaging and plundering, ever. And then you guys also find, believe it or not, 3 long slivers of emerald. And you are pretty sure they're emerald because they look like they're the same cut as the other emerald. You're not sure the value because you haven't really taken time to look at them. But you find 3 slivers of emerald. You also find, why don't you two both give me a history check? That would be Ree and Bofer, please.
Can I cast guidance on him?
No, because this is passive. This is you passively looking somebody over. But good call, and I'm glad that you're on top of it.
Oh, good.
All right, so you guys, as you're poking through the refuse, there is a lot of corpses in here who have definitely been down here for a very long time. Especially the humanoids. You find some goblins, you find some kobolds, you find a hobgoblin. You also happen to find, outside of the other vermin and spider legs and trash that's down here, you find an elf. The elven corpse happens to be in way better shape compared to the other bones that have been chewed down to the marrow, which tells you that it's probably been here for a lot less time. So, on this elven corpse, you find the following. You find a suit of studded leather armor. He has a bandolier strapped across his chest from right to left that has 5 daggers in it. On the very near his body in the pile is a longbow. You also find a backpack that is actually pretty intact, and inside the backpack you find a water skin that is partially full. It's about 3/4 full. You find about a day's worth of dried meat rations, a bedroll, a tinderbox, and 3 torches, one of which has been lit. You also find a quiver of arrows. His quiver looks like it could fit 20. It only currently holds 6. You also find a small vial that has a liquid inside of it, but because you're looking in black and white, you're not sure what color it is. And you find a small pouch on him that currently has 17 pieces of gold, and that's it.
Oh, damn.
On the corpse itself, you also find on his right middle finger is a golden ring.
Okay. Well, I guess Ree will definitely grab that pouch and start kind of rooting through the bag. Definitely picking out the food for sure.
Okay.
I'm very, very heavy right now. I don't think I can carry much more. I
Yeah, I
could
can't really carry a
possibly.
whole lot either.
We could probably go give it to the others in there.
I'd say we could probably. I don't know. You probably want those emeralds. I assume you go a little bit frothy whenever you see some shiny rocks. So you should probably grab
Well,
Yes,
coming from the barbarian.
I'll
Hey,
stuff
if you
them.
notice, you notice.
I'll stuff them.
I know
in
what frothy
in
looks
this-
like. I'm just saying. I ain't judging.
I'll stuff them in my backpack, and I'll take the ring. But you can carry the gold and the whatever else we needed here.
Yeah.
Bofer, make
I
a
can
perception
probably-
check for me.
Perception, got it.
Yep. All right, so as you pop the ring off and you're kind of like passively having this conversation with Ree, you notice that there's something engraved on the inside of the ring.
Can I look at it?
Yeah, in common, you see the name Caracas.
Caracas.
K-A-R-A-K-A-S. Caracas.
Is it good that I knew how to spell that?
Now you've played this too many times.
Wait, wasn't there one elf with the party?
The name sounds familiar. I'm not sure for me, actually. I'm not sure for Ree's character.
What was there? There.
Yeah,
There was-
both of you go ahead and give me a history check. Make it with advantage because it happened in the last week. Oh yeah, no problem. Bofer, as you guys start to talk about it, you're like, you say the name a few times, and Bofer, you're just like, oh shit, yeah, that's the ranger that the mayor had come down here with his kids. That's the elf guy.
Do I see any humans in here?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Do I see any purple, blue cloaks in here?
You see nothing in color because you see only in black and white.
Okay.
What? Actually, I think once Bofer brought up that information, I'm just like, yeah, fuck it, I'm going to light a torch.
Okay, sounds good. So, Ree pulls out a torch, strikes up a tinder twig, and touches it to the torch, and all of a sudden, there is a blazing light in the room. And girls from in the other room, during the course of this 10 minutes, you hear some, like, jabbering between the two about, like, holy shit, that's a lot of coin, and oh my god, it's so heavy. And then all of a sudden you hear, oh, fuck, is that them? And then a torch light up, and you see that they're looking around the room now, potentially for something that's in color. You do not find any cloaks that match your description. You find some tattered pieces of fabric, but they're in browns and grays and, like, just standard linen colors.
Y'all
Agree,
okay?
Yeah, we you know that elf? The one that went with the paladin and the other two?
Yes.
Well, it's well, they're kind of dead.
Oh yeah, super fucking dead.
Yeah, like dead on a scale of 1 to 10. It's like a 12.
The children are dead?
No, we just see an elf in here. It's kind of, it looks kind of, you don't want to know.
Yeah, and you two, I mean, you had all talked about it, bringing the elf up, especially Doc. You're like, oh, Caracas, there was only one elf. There was 3 humans and an elf. This is the only elf that was mentioned.
Yeah, I do. Caracas, I believe, was the name of the elf. So his body is in there.
We also found a lot of money in here.
Could you remind me how much was in the pouch and how much was actually scattered around? I think you said like
Yes.
300 something gold or
It's
something.
Yeah, so I'll give you...
17. Okay.
No, it's okay. I'll just give you guys a total collective here. There was 312 pieces of silver. There was 68 gold. Oh, sorry. Plus what was in the pouch, there was 80... Sorry, what, Candace?
85.
85 pieces of gold. And then the 3 gems.
And bandolier.
I'll add.
Yeah,
I'll
he
add
was
the
just asking about the
gems.
coin.
What is a bandolier?
So a bandolier is essentially like a belt. It's like a really thick belt that straps across a chest, a thigh, or a waist, and it is usually used to hold potions or grenades or knives or ammunition of some sort, just depending on what your situation is. So in this situation, it was like a huge leather belt that cut across his chest, and there was knives slated in it as if he were going to pull them out and throw them.
Hey, Doc, do you want these knives, either of you?
And yeah, he holds up this absolutely gorgeous, very clearly elven cut leather bandolier with 5 knives in it.
Yes, please.
All right, so Doc, you have a bandolier with 5 daggers, and they are pristine daggers. I mean, absolutely fucking pristine.
Wait.
Weight of 5 daggers plus 2 pounds. The bandolier is 2 pounds,
So it would be 7 total.
and a dagger is 1 pound each. Yep.
And what was the studded vest?
Studded leather armor. Yep.
I'm gonna
It's
say
it's been chewed to shit a little bit, but it's still usable.
we also have a little messed up studded leather armor and some, I think, leftover arrows in here.
I'm good. I've got my own. Thank you.
I don't. I mean, I could maybe make something of the studded leather.
You're gonna say me toss it over the pit?
Sure, yeah, and he tosses like a kind of like partially bloodied. And now that you guys have taken this guy's leather armor off, you can see underneath he's got bite wounds to his abdomen. There's also some like burrow marks where something was like digging around inside. It had gotten like up and underneath his armor. He's pretty fucked up. He was pretty messed up.
You're gonna see me close my eyes and pray to Morrigan.
Yeah, so if you're gonna put that studded leather armor on, then obviously go ahead and just equip it to your character sheet. There was also, just for reference, there was the vial with a liquid in it that you're not sure what it is.
Oh, right, that, yes, definitely.
I'll go ahead and carry that.
Okay. 1 day's worth of rations, 3 torches, a tinderbox, a bedroll, a longbow, and that was about it in there. It's actually a pretty good haul.
All right, I just dropped all the coinage into my inventory. I don't know how if you guys would prefer to split that up at all. 'Cause it's not kicking me over encumbrance. So
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I turned off coin encumbrance just for the sake of brevity as far as this is concerned.
okay.
If we push forward from this module, like legitimately, which actually might be a thing, then we'll worry about weight at that point. But yeah, for right now, we'll just say you can carry it. It's not a big deal.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do we want my older armor?
I think she said, does anybody want her old leather armor?
Oh, did I cut out? Sorry.
Yeah, just a little bit. Not a big deal. You're good.
No, I'm good.
I'm better off without it. Believe it or not.
I'm gonna just leave it here.
By the way, the rat that jumped and hit the pit trap first, when it fell, it stopped moving, so it clearly broke its neck or broke its back or something. It is dead at the bottom of that pit.
Hey, Ree, what was that thing that bit me? It was different.
Oh yeah, that was the mama rat. That was the big mama almighty fucking nasty rat.
Nasty.
Gut hash, I think we called it. Oh yeah, you probably got some kind of disease or something.
What?
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, probably not. I don't know. I mean, sometimes you do. Sometimes they wait and shit all day. So I mean, probably.
I'm gonna go ahead and look at the place that she bit.
Right, look at that thing. It's all covered in boils and shit. Probably fine though. I don't know.
I'm still looking at it.
As you two have your conversation, she's just going to shamelessly just swap armor. When she does change out for other armor, I think Doc's the only one near. She's absolutely covered in like animal scars, though, beyond the blood from the current or the most recent leg mangling injury.
Would I be able to identify those, Kev, with my history?
Probably
Identify
just
the scars.
Yeah, like would I know right away that it's from animals or?
Make a survival check. No, don't. No survival. Make a nature check.
I don't know how much that you heard, but she's asking about the ones that are on shape.
Yep.
I got a 17.
17. So they appear to be scars that are a mixture of arrow, blade, slashing weapon wounds, potentially from combat with where they're at. But there's also a fair amount on her back that were probably used as like punishment, like some sort of whip or some sort of unwarranted brutality against her back. Lots of them. But the majority of them are like probably in combat at some point and they didn't heal right. And please correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Nope, that's right. The only other one that I'm going to add is she's also got some that are from some animals too. But yep, no, that was right.
Yes, there's definitely some animal wounds on there as well. There's some animal scars. Beaufort, give me a medicine check.
5.
Nah, man, Moradine healed that wound. You're fine.
The best around.
And Kevin, I'm going to just
fine.
remove my old leather armor once I change into the new studded stuff.
She's gonna what did she say?
She's leaving her old armor.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, no problem. Just tossing it down. No problem. Nobody's gonna turn it into a sticky bomb. Wait, why did I even say that? Okay, so what does that bring you up to, Kat?
It's just +1.
So it's 15
And
on
I
your
already
quest?
changed it on.
Oh, you changed it. I love it when you
Yeah.
guys change your models. Like, I give you so much access to, do the thing. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, the room, the two rooms here are still pretty silent. You guys have collected the majority of the loot. I'm meaning 312 silver and 85 pieces of gold, plus a vial, which you don't know what the hell is in it. And Beaufort is kind of in this corner, kind of like looking at his leg. So what would you guys like to do? We've got about 5 minutes. We can take it a little bit over if there's any sort of wrap up or housekeeping things that you would like to do while we're here.
Did you guys present the vial or no?
I'm about to jump over.
Oh, okay.
And
Yep, no problem. So Beaufort leaps over in a show of force, kind of like, hey, look at what I can do.
yeah, look what I found.
Whee!
I'm gonna show them the vial, like open up my hand, put it in the middle of us.
Can I try to identify what's in the vial?
Sure, go ahead and make a medicine or arcana. Actually, make nature or arcana, whichever is higher for you.
May
They're
I
both
either
ones.
assist or do the...
If Ree still has her torch lit, you can look at it with
Oh,
whatever
yeah,
you
that's
have
true.
higher.
Yeah.
It's either arcana or for you, Beaufort, medicine.
Okay, I could also cast guidance if...
Whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
whatever.
whatever you want.
You do what you got to do, man.
You're guiding.
This is you
Guiding.
guys got time. All I need is rolls.
Okay, so you said either nature or arcana. They're both +1, so I'll
Correct.
just do nature.
Okay.
Seven.
Yeah, so Beaufort puts his
Hey, it's
hand
a
down
potion.
on your back as you kind of pop the cork and you smell it, and it smells neutral to you. You're not entirely sure. Even looking at it, it's got like a translucent pink hint to it, and it almost always seems to have a little bit of carbonation coming up, even after you pop the vial and put it back on. It's kind of you have no idea, quite frankly. But Beaufort, if you'd like
Can I
to,
take a look?
yeah, anybody's welcome to.
Yeah, let's look at it.
So go ahead, for you, again, it's going to be either nature or arcana. No, that answers that question. So you pop the cork on it and you smell and you're like, oh, that's interesting. That's elven bloodberry. And you're like, wait a minute. And you kind of like touch the top of it. And as you do so, even the dried, cracked skin around your cuticles immediately begins to soften and heal. And you know with 100% surety that this is a standard healing potion.
That's gonna come in handy later.
Later? How much further are we going today?
Sooner.
That's gonna come in handy 2 days ago.
Who's holding on to this?
I think that I don't know, whoever our frontliner is.
3.
And yeah, I am usually the one who at least sometimes barrels in.
Unless
you
it's the
going to
dwarf who
have
gets
the-
killed immediately.
Are you going to have the frame of mind to be able to use this? I've watched you fight.
I think so.
Yeah, so at least for right now, Ree, you are aware that when you rage, you are in your sound mind. But you know that there are people who can rage and then go into the berserk form or the frenzied form, and that's when they lose themselves. In rage, you have control of yourself. In frenzy, you do not. So yeah, you can still control yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I can at least have some kind of wherewithal. I mean, I'm not like always on top of mind, but yeah, I can at least hold my shit together for the most part.
For the most part.
Okay, Ray.
Oh, this group cracks me
Then
up.
I think we should probably take a rest so I can pray to my God and regain my power of healing.
Who's that?
She's not feeling good.
She's not feeling good? What the fuck? Did she
I
have a
don't
concussion?
look forward to walking too much further without at least a few minutes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Say that again, Kat.
No, I just made an RP comment about not wanting to walk until I've rested.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, and that's open to you guys if you'd like to take a rest. Looking at the rooms as a whole and having been in a couple of them, you don't sense any other entrances or exits from where you're at right now. And it does dawn on you that if you are going to rest again, this is probably the place to do it.
Seems as safe enough space as any.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So we'll assume that you guys are going to go ahead and take a long rest. Is that right? Instead of a short rest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
If we can,
perfect.
If
Yeah.
we're doing that, before we rest, I'm going to pull the quarterstaff javelin thing from this front trap and assume that and encourage us to set up watches.
Yes, absolutely. So my suggestion would be, and my intent here would be to go into the room that has the least amount of exits as far away from anybody as you possibly can be. It's going to be stinky and uncomfortable, but it's the best situation that you could possibly go into. So you go into this little room up here, and you guys, the quarterstaff on the door, it's already gone, so as soon as that rat fell in, about 20 seconds went by, and it locked back shut. You jump around the edge, you go inside, you close the door from there, so you know at least if somebody's going to come in at this point, at least one or two of them are going to fall through. You brace the door, and you guys bed yourselves down as best as you can in this stinking cesspool of rotting meat and fur and shit and piss for the evening. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end tonight's game here because I think we're at a perfect spot. On that note, though, I just want to read this aloud to you guys. So, tonight we have hit Healing Bofer was a 45 experience point win for you guys because I have never in my tenure of running the Sunless Citadel seen anybody actually try to search for mushrooms and herbs to heal a fallen party member and then succeed, especially in this fashion. The first rat encounter, which I've also never seen anybody just close the doors and stab them through the doors, earned you 19 experience. The first one was 45 experience. And then the second rat encounter with Gut Hash was a 31 experience encounter. That put you guys at just shy of the 300 mark, but I'm going to say because of roleplay, involved with this situation and the gut hash situation. I'm going to put you guys at a 300 even for ending tonight. So that's going to put everybody at level 2 officially. So why don't we go ahead, everybody just roll your hit die for me so I can see how many hit points you gained. And then I will let you level your characters up from there in D&D Beyond. And then when we start off next week, you will be fresh, ready to roll at level 2. That's not bad. That's a oh
Ooh,
shit!
wow.
Wow, cat, fuck. So it's 8
That's
plus
nice.
your con modifier.
So
Rhea,
D8
was
plus
that?
con.
Hang on a second. Rhea, did you actually roll? Oh, you rolled a 2. Okay, I was gonna say if you roll a 1, you always
Wait, was that-
re-roll. No,
Oh, that actually was added in there. Ah,
yeah,
so
it
fine.
added it in naturally, which actually I guess is good that it does that. But
How did you do that, Ree? Or Kev?
So yeah, if you click short rest in D&D Beyond, and then you'll see your hit die button. Just hit roll hit die with the next to the just to the right of the Beyond. There you go, got it.
wait a minute,
Nice.
holy fuck, really? 11? Oh, you rolled max.
Nice.
Holy shit, dude. So
Damn,
Bofer,
guys.
okay, I
Oh,
guess
nice.
Bofer's the tank now.
Yeah.
So how does this work? Are we just gaining with the rest? Am I still going to be? I'm not going all the way up to full. I'm just still doing the.
Correct. You do not. So you guys are taking a long. So yeah. So you guys are taking a long rest, which means that you benefit from the full effects of a rest, meaning that all of your short and long rest abilities refresh, and you gain 1/2 of your hit dice back, rounded up, which means you gain all of your hit dice back if you have spent them to heal hit dice at this point. If you have any new abilities gained at level 2 for any of your class abilities, those will all have full charges as soon as you wake up in the morning. So
I'm going to have to talk to you about a couple of things within the next week.
right, so what I'm looking at right now is Cat, you gain 2 level 1 spells. You automatically gain those spells.
Sweet.
I mean, literally, that's what you get. You also get and that will be, yeah, that's all of. So you get all of the level 2 spells. You prepare them each day. Your spell save is DC 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier, and your spell attack will be a proficiency bonus plus wisdom modifier. At level 2, you also pick a fighting style, which your options are archery, defense, dueling, or 2-weapon fighting.
I was thinking that I got the companion, but that's level 3.
Correct. Yep, that is at level 3. That's when you pick Beastmaster or whatever. Level 3 for most of the classes is when you actually pick the subtype.
All right, so my HP was 12, so 11. Now it's 23.
That's awesome. And then Candace, if you can
Nice.
just roll your hit die for us plus your con modifier, or just click short rest and it will roll it for us.
7. I
7.
don't have a con modifier.
Okay, well 7 it is, and that's how many hit points you get. You guys leveled up to level 2. So
Sweet. Congrats, everybody.
Yeah.
and then really quickly, Bofer, you now have 3 first level slots, and I think that's all that you gain this level.
Did I get anything?
Hang on, I'm
I
looking.
also got like some.
Oh, you got Turn
Channel
Undead.
Divinity.
Yep, you got your Channel Divinities. Okay, perfect. Yep, you got your Channel Divinities. And then our Rogue got Cunning Action, so you can use Dash, Disengage, or Hide as bonus actions, which is honestly a absolute fucking game saver. And then our Barbarian, obviously you got Danger Sense, which is Dexterity saving
Super helpful here.
throws. Oh god, it's fucking crazy good. Yep. And then you also got Reckless Attack, which is also really, really good when you're trying to take somebody down. So, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm seeing a couple of different fighting styles pop up into the D&D Beyond. Is that from a source book we're not using, or are they
Can you give me what you're seeing? Give me 1 second.
Yep, just let me know when you're
So
ready.
the fighting styles that I see that you can pick from are either going to be archery, dueling, defense, mariner, or 2-weapon fighting.
Okay, so the list I'm looking at says archery, blind fighting, defense, druidic warrior, dueling, thrown weapon fighting, and 2-weapon fighting.
No, I don't know what website are you looking at?
I'm on the D&D Beyond working on like trying
Yeah,
to.
it's because it opens it up to all of the source books. So you're looking at the the Witchlight module, and you're looking like the Feywild module, and you're looking at all sorts of random shit. So your
Just keep it on.
so for the purposes of at least this module, your options will be archery, defense, dueling, 2-weapon fighting, and that's gonna be it. It's gonna be out of the player's handbook.
Okay.
I mean, you use 2 of those fighting styles pretty regularly anyway, so I'm sure that one of those will at least work for you.
Yeah, no, it was fine. I saw the others and I was like, wait, what? Hang on.
Yeah, and mind you, if you take 2-weapon fighting, that means that you add the ability modifier to your second attack, which is excellent as far as damage is concerned. Or you pick archery.
Windmilling those scimitars.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that's lit. Yeah, you are spinning. You just spin in circles. You're a whirling dervish at that point.
I'm just excited about getting healing spells.
Yeah, isn't that great? I know. Yeah, it's gonna be funny when the ranger's like, "Oh, by the way, step back, Beaufort, you dumb bitch." No, I'm just kidding.
Damn.
I can't believe you guys let him open that fucking door. I was like, "Oh no!" And then you talked.
Didn't think that would happen.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be more like, you get those mushrooms the hell away from me. I'll take you.
Right. Okay. All right. So, guys, we're gonna go ahead and we'll say that we are gonna at the beginning of next session, which hopefully, if you guys are able to do it next Sunday, same time frame. I think that we've got a good thing going right now. This feels like the perfect amount of D&D to end our weeks. Sorry, our youngest or our middle child is hollering for mommy. So,
Oh no.
yeah, it's one of those nights. Anyways, guys, we will be back. We'll be back hopefully next week on Sunday. I'll shoot you guys a message, finish leveling up your characters, get everything added that you need to as far as the equipment is concerned, and yeah, we'll jump back into it next week.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
It's a lot of fun.
absolutely. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.
All right, we'll go ahead and leave here. And you guys, we are going to, we're going to raid somebody. We're going to raid somebody. Let's jump into streaming. Creative One, I really appreciate you being here, by the way. Thank you so much. I'm going to be, yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for being here. I mean, that's awesome. We're going to go ahead and drop a raid. GeoGuessr. Let's see what he's playing. I'm not sure what the hell this is. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for being here. I mean, that's awesome. Oh, I think he's watching us, actually, which is hilarious. So, we're going to go ahead and jump into Ryan's stream tonight, you guys. Creative One, thank you so much for all of those gift subs. I know you guys can't see me right now. Actually, I'll turn these back on real quick.
What's up, Uncle Kevin? I have your stream on right now. Hold on, let me...
Oh, I think he's watching us, actually, which is hilarious. So, we're going to go ahead and jump into Ryan's stream. We're going to jump into this. Creative One, thank you so much for all of those gift subs. I know you guys can't, I don't know why my shit's not popping up now. That's goofy. The Bigfoot search, that's what I'm saying, man. It's a Bigfoot search. Hell yes, it is. Alright, let's do a raid here. Mr. _ And hopefully we see you guys soon. I hope you guys had fun hanging out and watching some D&D. This was a lot of fun for us. I gotta go because the little one is not having a good night, so we're gonna go ahead and take care of her. We will see you guys soon. Again, thank you so much. Thank you so much. D&D next week, Sunday, same time. Come watch us 7 to 10. And if you missed a chunk of it and you want to watch more, I'm going to upload the VOD tomorrow. All right, guys, here we go.